start. We'll kick it off. We're back again with the Lonely Stoners podcast. I'm Seth.
I'm Evan.
We're back with episode 10, Christmas Eve episode. I mean, this will probably be coming out at least Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Or if not, the weekend of.
Yeah, this Christmas episode.
Facts.
Out there before the year's done.
Facts.
Christmas time, Christmas special episode.
Yeah, award show.
Award show, yeah, we got the awards coming up.
So a lot in store for this episode. But I mean, last content you got from us was the Seth solo side quest. That was when I was in McDonald's getting faded. Well, not in McDonald's car park getting faded. I just gave some reaction to the fallout from UFC Tampa. About how Kobe Covington's washed now, really and truly. And then I gave predictions for Fury and Usyk, which was that night. And it was pretty much accurate, to be fair. I picked Usyk
we can start off with that fight as the first talking point. Fury versus Usyk. I watched it live. I was I had a good feeling it was going to be a sort of a close-ish decision fight. Yeah. So I was scoring it as it went on.
Yeah.
And I personally had it 117, 112 Usyk. I believe I had it 8-3 with one round being a draw round.
Yeah.
Which was round 8. I thought nothing could split it, but it wasn't like, Usyk won the fight. Do you know what I mean? He did enough to win the fight.
Yeah.
He's one of the most technical, heavier fighters we've seen.
Oh, definitely.
You know, in
alongside Tyson Fury, though. To be fair.
Exactly, and the fact that he can comfortably beat Tyson Fury twice.
Yeah.
Goes to show how technical he is, and potentially that in them lower weight classes, there's more technique to be had.
Yeah.
And then moving
Very
up.
true.
Do you know what I mean?
I think when I first watched the fight, I was like, the thing is, I gave a lot of the early rounds as draws. A lot of the early rounds.
A lot of the early rounds were really close, but as the fight went on, Usyk did take over as he does.
Yeah, and I think the reason why when I first watched it, I felt it was closer than it was because Tyson outthrew Usyk, but he didn't outland him. He only outlanded him in I think one of the middle rounds and then the final round. But he outthrew him pretty much more or less throughout the fight. So in my mind, that's probably what is kind of edgy in those close rounds. I'm like, at least he threw more, but did he land more? He didn't land more. And I mean, it was similar to my prediction where if Usyk can consistently work the body like he did in the first fight, I mean, his tactic was quite similar to the first fight. To be fair, in what he done, I mean, he committed to the body, jabs and straights to the body, get Tyson Fury thinking about the body, then catch him up top. Because if you just try and headhunt Tyson Fury, it's not going to work. No. Guys have been there, tried that, failed.
He's too evasive, his footwork's too good, you're not just going to headhunt him. Especially when he knows you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
Yeah, so the only way to do it is exactly what Usyk done. This is exactly how he won the fight. He committed to the body and then would occasionally come up top, catch him off guard with quick shots, big shots. It was a cold performance by Usyk. And I'm even saying now that if you had told me when both of these two guys went pro that Usyk would have the better career, I was saying if you told me Lomachenko and Usyk go pro by similar sort of times, and you're telling me Usyk's can have the better pro career, I wouldn't have believed you. But Usyk's gone undisputed at cruiserweight and undisputed at heavyweight and beaten Anthony Joshua twice and Tyson Fury twice.
Yeah.
And Daniel Dubois beat him. But they might be rematching. That was a close fight. And there's some controversy around that fight where Dubois, what looked like, and I think is now, after the fact, regarded as a clean body shot, Usyk was saying was below the belt and he went down because of it. But it was, when you watch the replay, it was above the belt. It wasn't on the cut. It was on the belt line.
Shot.
It should be a clean shot and he dropped Usyk. So I think they want to do that rematch now that Dubois has got back-to-back wins over Joshua as well. Is it back-to-back? No, he's only beaten once, isn't it?
Who?
Daniel Dubois.
Joshua, yeah, he beat him once.
Yeah, he's only beaten once. Yeah, they haven't rematched yet.
He knocked him out.
Yeah. They haven't rematched, yeah. They want to. But now that he's beat Anthony Joshua, I think they want to do Dubois v Usyk too as the next fight.
I guess it's the only... I mean, there's nothing for him to prove, especially... There's nothing for him to prove in general. I guess because Dubois has the other belt, it makes more sense to do that and let Dubois try and get his revenge.
Yeah.
Because he's going to beat an Anthony Joshua. Maybe that gives him his chance. But
yeah.
For me, it's just going to be... I think Usyk will probably just beat him again, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something to be said about that fight.
Definitely. I think when we're looking at it now, Dubois is clearly a bigger puncher than AJ. He's probably the biggest puncher in the heavyweight division at the moment.
More willing to commit to his power as well.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Especially at this point, 100%. I mean, AJ, he's finished. But now, saying that AJ's finished, they're now saying they want to do a Tyson Fury AJ fight, which would still be big here. It wouldn't be anywhere near as big as it would have been, a few years ago. But
people will definitely tune in to watch it, especially
for both of these guys, it's the biggest non-world title fight they've got.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Because Wilder's not even interested anymore. So
and no one else is a big enough star.
And you're going down to the what's my man? The guys who I say sorry as hell, Joe Joyce.
Yeah, Joe Joyce, Joseph Parker.
After losing. That was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a special guy.
Yeah, going guys like Joseph Parker and Joe Joyce and these sort of brothers where they're sort of just at that fringe sort of level, where they're good enough to get to that level, but they're not good enough to beat your AJs, your Daniel Dubois, your Tyson Furies to get to that next level.
Outskirts, what I mean? Not good enough to be the top guys, but they're there.
So then, you don't want to be fighting there. I mean, you could. I mean, Anthony Joshua's beaten Joseph Parker. And Joseph Parker trains with Tyson Fury, although they probably would fight each other if the fight got made. But they're probably not crazy about that fight. Because again, Tyson Fury v AJ, for both of those guys, that's the biggest non-title fight they could get.
Yeah, exactly.
So they may as well do that, and then, I'll be real, there's not much else for either of them to do after that. The way boxing is, these guys, they often stick around longer than they should, but they should fight each other and then retire. Both of them should retire, really, but
you got to think
never
they
works
both
like
have
that.
more than enough money, you know what I mean?
100%, of course.
It can't be a money thing for either of them.
Yeah.
There's no way.
No, definitely not.
Especially Fury's.
Both of them. You say same with Joshua. Like, Joshua's had bad fights. Joshua's no spring chicken anymore.
Nah.
Like
he's old. He's
been
probably like a few years younger than Tyson Fury, isn't he?
Yeah, there's not much in it. And like deep it, Joshua's been in these big events, been doing Wembley, been doing Tottenham Stadium, getting paid, bro. Mills upon mills.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Both of them should be. But like you said, that these boxers, they love to stick around too long.
Exactly.
They love to carry on fighting.
Yeah. And
especially guys like them two who are, they like to make their excuses after they lose and...
Yeah, I mean, that's majority of fighters. There are very few fighters that are like, yeah, fair enough, better man won today. Most of them are always like, yeah, he done well, but I was coming in with an injury or the weight cut wasn't
the old injury.
They've always got something to say, innit? Very few fighters are like, yeah, fair enough, I lost. So...
But it wasn't a slobber knocker or anything like that, the fight.
It
was
wasn't.
Just a close-ish.
It was close.
Quite close. It was quite close to me.
I thought it was quite close, especially watching it live. I thought it was quite close. But yeah, I think, it's hard because in the first fight, Usyk rocked Fury badly, and that probably went down as a closer fight.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, Tyson wasn't really neither man was really in trouble at any point, but Usyk won by a wider margin probably in this fight.
Yeah, that's the way I saw it too.
Yeah.
It was more accentuated version of the first fight in my opinion, like where he just really took over later on in the later rounds and landed better.
Yeah.
And then he just took over the fight and he won clearly.
Yeah.
And it was crazy to me because I was watching the TNT broadcast of it.
Okay.
And they were crazy glazing Tyson Fury.
There
was 3 of them that had their scorecards. One of them had it a draw, and the other 2 had it Tyson Fury winning. Yeah. And I just couldn't believe my eyes.
When I was watching it live, I think because Tyson was out throwing him a lot of the time, I was like, when the result came, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if this was a draw. Because there's probably some rounds that are like marginal.
I wouldn't have been surprised at a draw.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Usyk won, but a lot of the rounds were close.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, surely Tyson Fury's not going to lose back-to-back fights. Like, this could be a draw. But
I wouldn't have been upset at a draw, do you know what I mean? Because a lot of them rounds are swing rounds, you know what I mean? It sort of comes down to what you prefer.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
You prefer what what Usyk's doing with his closing in footwork and his working the body will be like what Fury's doing with, whatever that might be.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And it was a good performance. It was a good performance from both of them, considering, I mean...
There was some nice body work from Tyson Fury in there. There was a lot of nice jabs.
Yeah, and then... Deep it. Tyson Fury, I said, when did that fight? 280, G.
Yeah, big.
You would never see a UFC heavyweight doing that. And
the distance... It was a £55 weight difference.
Yeah, something like that. Yes, it must be something like that, yeah.
I think that's barely possible in like the heavyweight division. But no heavyweight would weigh in that way, like, anyway.
No heavyweight would weigh in at like 206, 207.
210, like 215 or something.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is just wild, that much of a weight difference between men in fighting. And the guy that weighs less is winning.
Mm. But both men comfortably went the distance as well.
Yeah, Tyson Fury wasn't... I mean, he faded a little bit, but he wasn't gassed, do you know what I mean?
No, he wasn't gassed, and he finished the fight pretty strong as well.
He did finish strong as well. Well done to Usyk, though, he's...
Facts.
Assuming he doesn't get like a bad victory soon, he'll probably go down as the best modern heavyweight.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's beaten the best modern heavyweights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And he's been, like you said, he's been undisputed at cruiserweight and at heavyweight.
Yeah.
And not
Olympic gold medalist as well, but that's not pro career, but
his general boxing career is outstanding.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have loads of professional fights. He has a handful, like 25?
Something like that, yeah.
Around 25, 23, 24.
Yeah.
But that's that path, isn't it? You get that amateur clout, the Olympic clout.
Facts.
You come in like your late 20s and that, mid to late 20s in the pro game. You're so much better than the guys you're getting put up against at first.
Exactly.
That you kind of have to just be shot up to the top.
Yeah.
Because you're that good.
Yeah.
Like, didn't Lomachenko get a title fight in like his fourth fight or something?
I think it was like his second or third fight.
Second or third fight. Jesus Christ.
So he was at like 2 Olympics. Maybe, I'm not sure if he did 3 Olympics, but he did like 2 Olympics. And promoters were telling him to go pro, innit? But he's like, I'm only going pro for like my first fight can be a world title fight. But then obviously he must have won another gold medal, and he's like going to promoters, and they were like, yeah, the best we can do is second fight will be for a world title, and he won the first fight. But then he had lost early in his career.
Yeah, and it's like his 5th fight or something.
Yeah. But the thing is that style of boxing, if you don't finish a guy, you're always going to be at the mercy of the judges.
Yeah, literally. Has he had any knockout losses?
No, I don't think he's been stopped, no, he's been dropped, but not been stopped, I don't think.
Yeah, so I haven't watched all of his fights, but I'm assuming what his losses are just... And then, it's them ones where, like, it's what you prefer,
Yeah.
What he's doing.
Yeah, and now, because he's gone up so many weight classes as well, he's a smaller guy. So he's a smaller guy, and he's got that type of style as well. In boxing, the way, like you're saying, it depends on what you prefer. Judges could not like what he's doing and easily throw it the other way. But he's gone up a couple weight classes by this point. I think he's not long recently lost a fight though. I can't remember who he's against. Devin Haney, I think he lost to actually.
Oh, he lost to Devin Haney?
Yeah. I'm sure he did. Because Devin Haney's still unbeaten, yeah. And they fought. So yeah, Devin Haney must have beaten. But Devin Haney's out here losing to Ryan Garcia, who missed weight by like 8 pounds and was drinking beer at the weigh-ins. Now, I got to respect that though.
That's crazy, isn't it? And he popped in it.
Yeah, facts. He got suspended. He got to. No, miss weight, drinking and popping.
Why not? Just say, fuck it, innit?
No, literally, like...
I don't care about the money or all that. Like, he's just lowered Haney's stop.
Yeah, facts.
He's just punched him in.
Yeah.
He just, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter.
And then, it was just like Darren Till was trying to punch in Tommy Fury. But Tommy Fury's pulled out from that fight, I think.
Yeah, he got scared, I think.
I mean, low-key, that alone should put you in conversation for sorriest guy of the year.
Yeah, you know what? He might have to get...
Are you just getting you shook, like...
He might have to get chucked in there as
for the awards.
Like a dark horse, you know what
low-key, like... And it's not even about the fighting.
Honourable mention.
How you out here pulling out of a fight? Nah, and you're not injured, but you just shook. Like, nah, come on now. Nah, I don't even know if they made up like some fake injury for like the excuse, but he's not injured. Like, he's just shook.
He literally said he's backing out because he said, "Oh, these things can't be said." You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's gonna do an MMA move on me, and
Yeah.
like, bro, he's not gonna do that. He's a professional.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's not gonna kick you.
Nah, but he's shook though. He's shook.
He is shook, of course. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's just doing this YouTube boxing thing, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's not all that.
No, he's not.
In what weight class even is he?
Heavyweight.
He's heavyweight.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm sure he fight. You know, he does fight heavyweight. I don't know if he fought Jake Paul at cruiserweight, but he's heavyweight.
Okay.
Not that big of a heavyweight. Don't get twisted. Not a big heavyweight, but heavyweight. Probably fights heavyweight because there's more money at heavyweight than at cruiserweight.
Yeah. He's sorry as hell anyway.
Yeah. Notable wins over KSI and Jake Paul.
Fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah, facts.
That's your level, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fighting brothers who have been doing this for like probably 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And you've been doing this your whole life and you get your going to decision and that.
Clown.
To be fair, that might have even been an under the table negotiation.
What, going to decision?
Let it go to decision, yeah, you get money.
Very possibly. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Because then, like, Tommy Fury still wins.
Yeah.
But
then Jake Paul loses or lost his O from that. That was his only loss. But still, I guess...
I guess in his mind, maybe he thinks people see Tommy Fury as an actual boxer.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, to be fair to Jake Paul...
And the fact that they've gone to the decision are like legit. That makes him legit, you know what I mean?
I think the thing that I rate about Jake Paul is that even though he lost, he still, like, stuck with it.
Yeah.
Because KSI fought since he lost to Tommy Fury.
I don't think so, no.
It goes to show he wasn't really that serious about it still.
No, he's not even had... Jake Paul's actually had a fair amount of fights.
Yeah.
Like 11 or 12.
Yeah. And he's
KSI's,
fought...
I think he's done like 3 or 4.
And he's fought a way higher level of opponent than
Maybe
KSI
like
as
5 or
well.
something. Way, like, even if you want to say, like, Tyron Woodley is a legitimate fighter, you know what I mean? You know, he beat him twice.
Yep.
He's a legitimate fighter, whether he's a boxer or not, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And he's even beaten, like, Anderson Silva as well.
Yeah, that's just... And Nate Diaz and...
Yeah, Nate Diaz, yeah. Yeah, damn, Nate Diaz. He fought someone else as well. He fought, like, a guy who was, like, a pro boxer. He had, like, a decent record. I mean, not really. Like, we look at it, because we know MMA, I think his guy's record's like 6-2 or something. And you think that's a decent record, but at 6-2 in boxing, you're probably pretty bad still. Something like that, though. Yeah. He fought an actual pro boxer, though. But it wasn't even that big of an event, but...
I feel like I know the name, but it's just on, like, the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, pause.
Yeah, resume it.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, like Jake Paul. Could be anyone.
Oh, I forgot he knocked out Nate Robinson.
Oh yeah, that was at the start of his career. That was like his first fight, or first or second fight.
No, it has to be one of these guys without a Wikipedia page.
What's their names?
Andre August,
Yeah, that's who
Ryan
it is.
Borland.
Okay, yeah, so 2 of them, yeah. Andre Augustine's the guys who I'm thinking of.
He fought Mike Perry as well.
Oh yeah. That was only low key, bro. Jake Paul's in Fighter of the Year conversations. No, he's not.
It would be Ryan Borland, Mike Perry, and Mike Tyson.
Nah. But yeah, low key Fighter of the Year conversation, but
in 2024.
No, that would give our awards literally no legitimacy if we first year giving Jake Paul a Fighter of the Year award.
I mean, Jake Paul, he's alright in it, but I'm not like... I don't rate him, I don't respect him that much. Yeah, man, Tommy Fury only beat Jake Paul by split decision.
It was a close fight.
One of the judges thought Jake Paul won.
Yeah, I mean Jake Paul's a million times better than KSI in terms of boxing. So it was a close fight.
The KSI one was only a 6-round fight instead of 8 rounds with Jake Paul.
But it's just clowns, innit? Like, we got KSI doing star jumps and all that. Just gotta watch it saying, "What's up with that, you coward?" Innit?
Bro's 31 years old, like trying to just step into this boxing thing. And to be fair, he probably made a lot of money from it.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely became more famous from it as well. It's worthwhile for these men to do it, because if they can do it well, there's money to be made for sure. But I don't know. It's yeah. It's
No, there's definitely money to be made from it. Clearly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
What, should we move on to the awards though? Should we do them?
Yeah, we can do the awards now. Yeah, why not? Why not? Have I got them? Can I get to them? Is the real question, isn't it? Okay, let's get to them. Notes. Okay, so we're kicking off with the Lonely Stoner Podcast Awards. I mean, we've got a number of awards here. But I guess we'll kick it off with the first one, which is Boxer of the Year. So this one, probably pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, there's a reason why we waited especially
Yes.
until the Usyk fight too.
Yeah, because we knew he'd be in the conversation. To be honest, even if he just won the one fight over Fury this year, he'd probably still be in that conversation, because beating Tyson Fury alone is a mad accomplishment. Yeah. But having back-to-back wins over Tyson Fury, no one's really come close to it this year in boxing.
It's an amazing year for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, he became undisputed champion in that first fight, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, becoming undisputed champion, obviously he got stripped of one of the belts, but then going and beating Tyson Fury a second time,
yeah,
it's convincing. It's clear to me that he's the boxer of the year.
Yeah,
especially
definitely.
at heavyweight, it's the premier sort of division.
Facts. Yeah, definitely.
That's what you're doing. For me, Usyk, he's a lock. There isn't even really anyone else too tough in the conversation.
No. So that's it. That's our Lonely Stoner Podcast Boxer of the Year.
Oleksander
Usyk.
He'll be sent his award in the mail.
Yeah, facts. And then in return, he'll have to send us some bud from Ukraine.
Yeah, from Ukrainian. No, I'm not. I was gonna go ham, but I'm gonna allow Ukraine.
Some like Ukrainian gas, innit?
You know what I mean? Okay. It'll be nice for the award ceremony.
Yeah. So next we've got MMA Fighter of the Year.
Yeah, for me, this is a conversation to be had. It's between two clear fighters for me, two champions.
Yeah. In
the UFC, one of them being obviously Alex Pereira, who won the recognised MMA Fighter of the Year award.
Yep.
And then Ilia Topuria,
who
gained the featherweight championship earlier this year.
Yeah.
Against Volkanovski, knocked him out in terrific fashion.
Yeah.
In the second round.
Yeah.
And then knocked out Max Holloway.
Yeah.
Who's never been knocked out before.
No.
Obviously, he's still one of the best and one of the top fighters out there today.
Yeah.
Coming off one of the most amazing knockout victories you ever see.
Yeah.
Against Justin Gaethje.
I mean, just to be in the elite company of former UFC featherweight champions, because there's not been that many, and all of them have been
that many. Because you got to think how long Jose Aldo held that for.
Yeah.
And then you're going to Conor, and then you're going to Max Holloway.
Yeah. And
then you're going to Volkanovski.
Yeah.
And then Topuria. There's not been that many.
No. So you know.
Yeah, for me, knocking out two of the top 10 in my opinion, top 10 fighters of all time in Volkanovski.
Okay,
and Max Holloway.
Yeah.
Two top 10 fighters of all time, knocking them out in 1 year. Undefeated.
Yeah.
Obviously undefeated in the UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, versus Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
Who he knocked out Jamal Hill.
Yeah.
Which was like such a great knockout.
Yeah.
And then he knocked out Yuri.
Yeah.
Which was another great knockout. And then he finished Khalil Roundtree by TKO.
Yeah.
Which was a much tougher fight than the first two. You
would
think that would have been his easiest fight, but
you would think, just purely looking at the rankings, but then you look at the style of Khalil Roundtree, because reality is neither of these two guys is a threat of wrestling. So you're basically getting both of them in their element, and they're both like top level pure strikers. And Khalil, he's never been 5 rounds, and his style, he can't go 5 rounds.
It's not a 5-round style.
So if it was a 3-round fight, Roundtree would have taken the first 2 rounds, Pereira take the third, and then Roundtree wins, because that's what he's used to, like them 3-round fights. But going 5 rounds is different gravy still, and going against Pereira.
And that's not to say that Pereira wouldn't have fought differently if it was a 3-round fight.
It's very possible, yeah.
And sort of stuff. He's an extremely smart fighter. He knows his 5 rounds.
Yeah.
And he's essentially playing. He knows Khalil Roundtree can't go 5 rounds. He knows he's an aggressive fighter. He knows he throws pretty much all his shots with the intention to knock somebody out.
Yeah.
And he took some early on. To be honest, he definitely took some.
Yeah.
But he did what he does. He came through. That round 4, I think. Round 4 was that he finished it, and that was absurd.
I mean,
that dodging every single attack from Khalil. And
that fight is a fight I've probably rewatched the most as well. Because it's a great fight. Cause you got Khalil going out, and then as Khalil's sort of fading, Pereira's coming into the fight more. It was a great fight, and like Yuri, the Yuri fight, the second Yuri fight was crazy as well. Drops him at the end of the first, comes out first strike he throws, just knocks Yuri out.
His head kick, yeah.
And then Jamal Hill, that's jokes. But Jamal Hill's still coping with that to this day.
You got dominated. I got caught. There's a difference.
The thing is, there is though. You do kind of hear it, but you don't at the same time.
At the same time, how's a man sitting there saying, I lost better than you? I lost better than you.
Yeah, he's going out.
What the fuck is that all about, bro?
Yeah, he's going out tremendously sad.
Tremendously sad.
But he could beat Yuri though.
Maybe she should be sorry as hell, good idea.
Maybe he's up there. But I know you rate him though. I think Loki should.
Jamal Hill?
Yeah.
I don't really rate him like that. He's alright.
Yeah.
He likes to talk a lot.
Too much, innit?
But back to the award though, you know.
Yeah, back to the award. Yeah. So, what are you thinking? I mean, I wanted to give it to Pereira, but Pereira beating Volk and Holloway, it's hard to go against that still.
I like Pereira a lot.
Yeah.
I do like Pereira, and he saved he saved the card with Khalil Roundtree by being on it, because that card had no championship fight.
Yeah.
But I think that fight was booked about 3 weeks before the event even happened.
Yeah, because Khalil self-snitched on himself and it got himself banned. And then his suspension ended, and then they booked the fight, innit?
Yeah, so it's not to say maybe they were training before and it wasn't announced.
It's possible, yeah.
Usually that stuff comes out and gets leaked, and so I don't think that fight was booked on a few weeks' notice. For that event.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was. For me, this can go either way, innit? This can go either way. I mean, I'm leaning to Poirier because just of the caliber of opponent that he's beaten.
Yeah.
And what he's done to them, and how easy he's made them look.
Yeah, it's true.
For me, the level of opponent sort of trumps everything else.
Yeah.
In these type of conversations, for me.
Especially when they've both been knockouts as well.
Like exactly.
Yeah. Both guys are knocking their opponents out.
Crazy knockouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, that level of opponent trumps everything else, and for me, I go vote for Topuria.
Okay, let's go to Topuria then. That's it. Ilia Topuria, the Lonely Stoner podcast MMA Fighter of the Year. Next, we've got another interesting one in Breakout MMA Fighter of the Year in Renato Moicano, Joaquin Buckley, and Carlos Prates.
Yeah. I mean, let's start with Buckley.
Okay. Yeah.
He just fought. You know?
Yeah.
Good performance against Colby. Obviously, cut ended. He calls the cut.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a good valid win for Joaquin. He should get another top 5 opponent soon.
Yes.
I like him a lot. You know, I think he looked like he had potential middleweight. He's come down to welterweight. He's really found himself.
And this is what I was saying. I said this in the solo side quest as well. Like he wasn't bad at middleweight, but it was like the guys he was losing to. He wasn't losing to bums either. I don't think he lost to Chris Curtis, who's a decent win. Who else did he lose? He lost to someone else at middleweight before he went back down. But I'm looking at guys and like these guys they're not dead. Like these aren't bums to be losing to. But at the same time, if you're gonna be something at middleweight, you can't lose to these guys.
No, yeah, exactly. And the middleweight, there's fighters like that you don't like that go very far.
Yeah.
Middleweight. So if you're losing to these sort of guys at middleweight and you can make welterweight comfortably, then the other guy you lost to was Imamov.
Imamov, who's fighting, is he? That's not a bad. These aren't bad guys to lose to.
But he's had a really, really good year. He won 4 fights in 2024.
Yeah.
3 of them by KO or TKO.
Yeah.
Vicente Luque, Nizatin Rozaboev, Stephen Thompson and Colby being the 2 best wins there. Great 2 finishes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Top 10. Stephen Thompson might not have been top 10 at the time, but sort of 2 top 10 level caliber fighters.
Yeah.
And he's looking like he's probably 1 fight away from a title shot.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. If he can beat the top 5 is very sticky because certain people only want to fight certain people.
Yeah.
Like if I get up the rankings right now.
Yeah. Because you've probably got like guys like Usman in the top 5.
Yeah. Leon Edwards.
Yeah.
I think the Leon Edwards fight, that would be a good fight.
That would be a good fight, definitely.
Do that for UFC London. We've got Leon Edwards as 1, Shavkat as 2.
But I think Shavkat will get the title next.
He's fighting Bilal next.
Yeah.
So you've got Leon Edwards, Usman. Apparently Usman's supposed to be fighting Maddalena, who's 4.
He's 4. Okay, Maddalena's 4, so fair enough.
And Sean Brady's 5.
Yeah, I mean, if Sean Brady's not got a fight, but the thing is, for him, if you're in the top 5, you don't want to be looking down.
Exactly, and the sort of the performance he had against Gilbert Burns as well.
Yeah.
Is the reason why he's been pushed up to number 5.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to be looking to get a fight that puts him 1 fight away from a title shot.
He might even be next for the title because deep it. Bilal, if
he wants to wait out,
he might want to wait out. He might get the next title shot after Shavkat.
Yeah, exactly.
So
because Leon Edwards ain't going to walk himself into another title shot.
No.
There's plenty of guys to fight for the title or welterweight. So Leon Edwards is going to have to fight someone, and it was kind of a while ago he lost now. UFC 304, wasn't it? When was that?
So yeah, that was earlier this year, wasn't it?
Earlier this year, yeah.
Honestly, that was like February, March time.
I think it was March.
Maybe April.
So like he's not.
If he doesn't fight till UFC London, that's
in July. It was in July.
Oh, okay, it's not too bad then.
But he should be looking to fight, so because he didn't get knocked out or anything. He got beat up,
but he's looking. I'm sure he's looking for UFC London though. I'm sure.
He could fight. Yeah, Buckley. He could definitely fight Buckley on UFC.
Do you think that because Buckley just for a couple of weeks ago? But I guess Buckley didn't take loads of damage against Colby.
He fought 4 times in 2024. He really can be active.
Yeah, and a main event will be a nice payday for him.
And especially, he might want to take a break, but if he gets offered Leon Edwards at UFC London and he beats him, then he can definitely, and Sean Brady doesn't beat anyone else, then he's probably next for the title. Yeah. Well, if Maddalena fights Usman in Australia early next year, I don't know, maybe if he beats Usman badly, in devastating fashion, I could put him next. But welterweight division, there's a lot stacking there. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Buckley's definitely a good nominee for the breakout fighter of the year. 4 wins. He's gone through higher ranked opponents and higher ranked opponents. Yeah. Not a lot of people knew who he was before the start of the year. And now a lot of people know about him. Yeah, main event in fight nights. Yeah. Putting on good fights, good performances. Yeah. Who are the other 2 now? Other 2, Renato Moicano. There's a lot of reasons why he's on this list. It's not just his fights. Yes, it's true. Because, we watch MMA Guru, we know he's one of the guys. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and I'll be watching his podcast sometimes as well. Show Me the Money Pod. It's a decent little podcast. They talk about gambling as well, like betting on UFC fights. It's a decent podcast. I can't lie.
And obviously he was on Ariel recently. Ariel was asking him if he's got multiple screens, and Moicano said, "I'm fucking trading crypto all day, bro." He's a cold
and his
guy.
post-fight interviews are incredible as well.
Yeah.
I said I was eating steaks in Brazil like 3 days ago.
Yeah, it's cold. Bro, he's cold. He's got a cold personality. So does Buckley, to be fair. We like Buckley's personality as well, but Renato even more so.
Like, this is what's going to get you pushed, though. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Being nice, winning fights,
Low
it ain't
key.
everything.
Low-key, all three of these guys that are in this conversation, we all like their personalities as well, because you've got Carlos Prates as well, who's rassing them blems. So I rate him for that, but we'll get to him next. So we're on Moicano at the moment. Obviously, UFC 300, he wins on short notice against a fighter that probably most people were expecting him to lose to, if we're being honest. He was probably an underdog for that fight. Some would even say the same thing for Benoit Saint Denis as well.
But UFC 300 wasn't his first fight of the year, though.
No.
He fought Drew Dober.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was early. That was February.
Yeah.
A decision win.
Yeah.
Obviously, Drew Dober isn't no big, highly ranked guy or anything, but the Jalen Turner win at UFC 300 was a huge win. Because of the type of damage that he took as well in that fight, and then to come back and win it. And that guy he's a big lightweight. Yeah. And Moicano's coming up from featherweight.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I said, like a fight Moicano's probably a big underdog for, and then probably against Saint Denis as well. Probably wasn't an underdog for that fight as well, because that was UFC Paris main event. They're thinking Saint Denis is gonna win in his hometown. He's probably an underdog for that fight as well, and just beat him up.
Absolutely, just destroyed him.
I mean, I don't think we've got a performance of the year, but he could be, if we did, he could be dual nominated. G. Yeah. Like from the first, more or less the first strike that Saint Denis threw was a body kick. Like grabbed him, dragged him down, and beat the brakes off him.
He was on that night. Yeah. He was on. Even the short sort of standing that you did see. Yeah. Was good from him. Yeah. His footwork looked clean. Yeah. That takedown, that when he got him down was really nice. Yeah, it was still. It was. And that was a great performance. 3 wins in 2024 in the lightweight division. Yeah. I think Drew Dober was ranked when he fought him, so I'm pretty sure that's 3 ranked wins. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe a top 5 opponent is due for him. Let me see where he is ranked. Well, he's been booked, hasn't he? Is he booked? He's been booked, I'm sure. To fight who? I'm not sure. Who's around that ranking? Dariush, bro. Dariush. Oh, Dariush. Oh, that's right. That's 10 versus 9. Yeah. Which is not a huge jump. It's higher, though. It is. And Dariush is... He's still pretty decent, to be fair. Yeah. But if Moicano beats him, then he probably gets a... I mean, a Gamrot would be a bit of a violation, considering he's just one above as well. But if he puts in a good performance, he might go up to 7-6. Well, he wants Dan Hooker, innit? Yeah. Dan Hooker would be a great fight. Dan Hooker's 6. Yeah. I think Holloway's going up to lightweight, personally. Probably. Yeah, probably after that. And then you got the sort of top 5, which is... Well, you got Michael Chandler. Yeah. But it seems like he wants to fight Conor. He probably wouldn't fight Moicano, I don't think. Nah. A lot of these lightweights are like that. Like Poirier, I don't think Poirier would want to fight Moicano. Nah. Gaethje would probably fight Moicano. Yeah, if it was offered to him. Yeah. Oliveira probably wouldn't fight him. No. And then you have Arman, who's fighting for the belt. So. Yeah. So it's hard. That's it. It's going to be hard for him to get fights. His best bet in terms of a money fight is, like he said, easy money, Paddy Pimblett. But yeah. That's the fight I would have loved to have seen, personally. But for him, that's fighting down, because Paddy Pimblett's what, like 12? Yeah, Paddy Pimblett's, he's 13. 13. I can't know what do you say. He can't afford to lose. Like, he can't be affording to look down either. To be fair, it's a fight that doesn't make the most sense right now. But no. I would be very surprised. I think they're trying to put together a very specific fight for Paddy Pimblett, because against who? I feel like he'd probably lose to anyone that he fights. Yeah. I feel like any of these ranked fighters he would lose to. Yeah. Below him, Joel Alvarez and Jalen Turner are 2 big lightweights with power. Yeah. I don't think he beats either of them. Benoit above him. To be fair, he might beat Benoit. Maybe, yeah. I think he'd beat him in the grappling. Yeah. Striking, he'd probably lose, I think. Yeah. But if he got the grappling going, he might be able to win against Benoit, who's right above him, number 12. Yeah. Then you have Fiziev, Moicano, Dariush, Gamrot, Chandler, Hooker, Poirier.
Yeah, but he's nowhere near fighting them guys yet.
No. Yeah. Anyone
he needs to beat a Benoit Saint Denis, and then. But
that fight against Moicano, I would have loved to have seen. But yeah, Moicano definitely there for breakout MMA fighter of the year.
Yeah.
3 wins in 2024.
Then last week you've got Carlos Prates, who I think went 4-0 in UFC as well at welterweight.
Yeah, I think he made his UFC debut in February.
Yeah, been out here
this year,
and just another guy. Just amazing striker, well seasoned kickboxing and Muay Thai veteran, and it shows.
And I think the fact that a guy like this can come into the UFC with a record of 17-6,
yeah,
which isn't a great record, it's a pretty mid record,
yeah,
to have, and then go 4-0 to even 21-6 isn't that great of a record.
No.
But the fact that it doesn't matter that he's lost 6 times,
yeah,
because he's coming to the UFC and he's 4-0. Knocking out Li Jingliang, who's never been knocked out before.
Yeah.
Knocking out Neil Magny. Knock out Neil Magny, alright.
Yeah.
You're a top 10 guy. You're a top 10 guy, you can knock out Neil Magny.
And the knockout of Carlos Radke was brutal as well.
Yeah.
And a knee to the liver, that was brutal, G. But yeah. And obviously he's ripping them blems, ripping darts, isn't it?
You got to, bro.
Facts.
You got to be smoking them.
Wasn't he in the press conference saying like he needs a cigarette? Like he brought out the pack and it was like empty. Because they were saying to him, so Carlos, have you had like your post-fight cigarette yet? And he's like, no, has anyone got one? Like I haven't got any. Because he was willing to ross it right there and then.
That's why I like Prates, he does his thing.
Bro, all 3 of these guys, G, that are in this conversation.
Got brutal style of fighting as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane style of fighting.
And then, yeah, Prates, he's the guy. But does he win MMA Breakout Fight of the Year? Buckley, Moicano, Prates.
For me, it's actually quite close between the 3 of them. I like all of them a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you could logically say Buckley should be over. If you're going to pick Prates, you should pick Buckley because he's beaten higher ranked guys at the same weight class and
yes.
stuff. But what Prates is doing to these guys, is brutal.
Yeah.
And obviously Moicano is coming on for a lot of different reasons. His performances are still very good.
His performances are still very good, and I think with Moicano, for the last 2 wins as well, because he was probably an underdog for them as well. Buckley probably, I don't know if he was an underdog for the Wonderboy fight, but I know you picked him for the Covington fight. I didn't pick him for the Covington fight, but you picked him for the Covington fight, so he wasn't probably like a major underdog. He might have been a favourite for that fight actually because he was streaking.
So he was a slight favourite.
Yeah, because he was streaking as well. But yeah, Moicano, an underdog and dominating these guys. Like, he didn't dominate Jalen Turner, but came back in the fight and got the win.
The finish was dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah, dominantly finished him.
Yeah,
you know what? I think we should go for Moicano.
I'm needing Moicano still.
Yeah, Money Mike. Yeah, we got to go for Money Mike.
Facts. Money Moicano wins the Lonely Stoners podcast Breakout MMA Fighter of the Year.
Got to.
And next we've got Breakout Boxer of the Year. And I've just put Daniel Dubois for this one.
Yeah, I think this is... There hasn't been so many guys that have broken out and...
Yeah, not like...
grabbed the attention.
Except for your boy Jake Paul, but...
The less said about him, the better, right?
For real. I think Daniel Dubois is a guy who I've known about for a long time, been rising on the British scene, and to be fair to him, he's unbeaten. I know he's lost to Usyk once.
In what you said, there's controversy.
It was a controversial fight, but for the most part, Dubois raised his level. He's shown throughout his career he can raise his level and beat the test every time. Like I remember when he fought Joe Joyce, I'm sure, cooked him. But at that point, you don't know, can he beat a guy like Joe Joyce? Because he hasn't faced these guys yet. But he faces him, cooks him, on to the next. And then the crowning jewel in that was really beating AJ.
Yeah, that type of win, especially the fashion that he did it in.
Yeah.
That's going to put you on them platforms where you start having those... The only fights you're having are against those bigger names.
Yeah.
The only guys you're fighting are them names that you're going to be making a lot of money from.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
A win like that definitely put him in that conversation.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I've got for the breakout boxer of the year. You got anyone, or are we happy to go with Daniel Dubois?
No, I think we're happy to go with Daniel Dubois.
Okay, let's see what we've got next. Breakout boxer of the year, movie of the year.
Movie of the year.
So movie of the year, we've got Dune 2, Iron Claw, and Deadpool 3 or Deadpool Wolverine.
I think we both know what's going to win, so we can start by talking about the other two first.
Okay. Yeah.
So we can start with a film that we didn't talk about on the podcast, the Iron Claw.
Yeah.
Obviously, short breakdown wrestling about the Von Erich wrestling family, their tragedies, their stories. Really well done, emotional, hard hitting film.
Yeah.
You know, we went to see it. When did it come out? Probably like earlier in the year.
February time.
About February.
Yeah.
We went to see it. Enjoyed it. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did.
No, because I think because it's a story going into the film I didn't know very much about, so I was able to teach me a lot about it. I knew the sort of time period it'd be set in terms of wrestling, but I didn't really know much about the story of the family other than they were like wrestling in that time period. But there was a lot of different interesting elements to the film, and the cast was a good cast. You had the guy from The Bear, Zac Efron as well. It was a good cast. Like you said, it was a touching story, and the film was done really well on what was a very low budget compared to your insane films that come out nowadays.
Yeah, the famous A24, isn't it?
Yeah.
Film that a lot of low budget stuff and a lot of sort of very story piece type films.
Yeah, definitely, and it's the type of film you can take your girl to and she'd probably cry in it.
Yeah, definitely. The guy's packing himself off and that.
Yeah.
You got the guy from The Bear just walking up to a tree and just blamming himself off.
Yeah, got to, innit?
Going out sorry as hell.
Well, and really, he should be doing that in The Bear, not in that. This man's...
Well, I say to the guy, you ruined my life, like...
Yeah. Why do I think about you so much? Yeah.
We'll get on to The Bear, though.
Yeah, we will. But Iron Claw is a great film, and rightfully so is in the conversation, but... Like I said, we know who we're going to go with.
It's like the sleeper pick, you know what I mean? A lot of people probably went, but what? You know what I mean? What else are you going to pick? The Craven? Venom 3?
Deadpool 3?
Let's move on to Deadpool 3.
Deadpool 3. Probably, in my life, probably the most fun I've had in cinema while watching a film.
Yeah, I would say everything you would have hoped it was.
Yeah.
You know, definitely the best of the three Deadpool films.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Definitely the best.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of relationship with Deadpool and Wolverine, it was as good as you'd ever think it would be.
Yeah.
You know, Ryan Reynolds is essentially just playing himself.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And the fact that he kind of lines up with Deadpool, it helps, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
The story is basic, it doesn't have to be much. He needs to find the Wolverine to fix the universe.
Yeah.
Logan died and he finds a shit Wolverine and...
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of the cameos, the settings, the jokes... Really, really good.
Yeah. No, a film I really enjoyed because, and like I said, probably the most fun I've had in cinema because a lot of my favourite legendary comedy films I didn't watch in cinema. Like they came out years and years ago and I'm watching them after the fact.
Yeah.
Deadpool's 3 is probably the best comedy I've seen in theatre, in cinema. Like you said, the storyline, it's not doing too much, but it knows where it is. It doesn't need to do too much.
It's the other stuff that's making the film what it is, you know? It's not the core plot line that you're necessarily there
and they didn't really rely on the cameos, considering, because there's films that rely on cameos to make the film good.
You didn't need the cameos for the film to be good, but they just made it better.
And the nature of those cameos as well, they were like supporting role cameos. Like the film didn't rely on them.
Even like when Blade came and those characters, Gambit, they weren't in it for that long. No. And not at all, barely.
Literally.
To be honest. So cameos, they were what they should be. Cameos, not let's bring someone back to be a full-on character. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like in Spider-Man. Yeah. No Way Home, where they just brought Spider-Man back and the villains back in there, the main characters. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, there's two cameos I wanted to see in Deadpool 3, and that was Ben Affleck Daredevil and Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider.
Ben Affleck would never do that.
Why not?
He's too depressed smoking cigarettes about switching wives every 10 seconds.
Join the club, innit? Like, just jump on the ting. Because apparently he went on set as well. Because apparently man's got a kid with Electra.
Yeah, of course he does.
So man was there on the set. And they could have just, they could have gone to the vault, get the suit. He wouldn't fit in it now, but like 20 years later.
Just make a new one, even though he's bare out of shape.
Yeah, in fact, just make a new one. And it'd be lit. And then Nicolas Cage would come back. Because Nicolas Cage is on doing anything, G. If we wrote a script...
No, Nicolas Cage would definitely do that, wouldn't he?
If we wrote a script and was like, yeah, this is for Nicolas Cage, he would at least read it. Like, he'd be on it somewhat, G.
He's one of those type of actors.
Facts, he'll do anything. So Nicolas Cage would definitely do it, but I would have loved to see those cameos. But, to be fair, I don't want to be spoilt, because the Blade one was cold enough for me.
The Blade one was really good.
Man, a legendary line would say, some motherfucker's still trying to ice skate uphill. Like, it's cold. Well, man really did a trilogy though, that's nuts, but people forget, man, innit? People forget Blade as a trilogy, innit?
I love a bit of Blade, man.
Yeah. It was, again, to be fair, the Blade films, they know what they are, they know what they're trying to be, they're not trying to do too much. It's a lot of, the way it is, but Deadpool 3 is definitely a worthy contender for not fight of the year, for movie of the year.
And really, in any other year, in the last few years, it would be film of the year lock.
Probably. I'm thinking last year had some good films though.
Last year it would have been a lock.
Nah, I don't know.
My film of the year for last year probably would have been Oppenheimer,
John Wick, The Killer.
Yeah, Deadpool 3's over.
Guardians 3.
Yeah, Deadpool 3's over all of those.
Yeah, it probably is. I don't know if I'd say a lot, though, but it probably is over them. But those
the
are
fact
films.
that it came out the same year as Dune 2.
Yes,
that's not hope, innit?
Facts. It's really not. Dune 2. What a film, man.
First of all, shout out to Denis Villeneuve, innit, the director, because he's got a couple of films that I rate.
Yeah.
The Blade Runner.
Yeah.
2049 or whatever.
Yeah.
That film, you still need to see that film.
I do still.
Sick film. And Sicario, which is another sick film with Josh Brolin in it.
Okay. Yeah.
Another great film.
Yeah.
But yeah, his I just like that sort of understated directing. Do you know what I mean? When you're not doing that much, but the fact that you're not doing that much makes it good.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And obviously the scenes themselves, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yes.
It's the visuals.
Yes.
Are just so good because they're not trying to do that much with it. No. You know what I mean? Like your boy Zack Snyder, who's just doing way too much.
Yeah, it's like a pretentious sort of filmmaking that Zack Snyder has, but My Man from June is very much less is more, and there's a lot longer cuts and facial shots. I mean, to be fair, he's working to the strengths of the actors. It's a great cast.
It's an amazing cast.
Some great actors in there. Timothée Chalamet, my man who's the religious guy. The other main character, not.
You got like Austin Butler playing the ball.
Yeah, Austin Butler. Yeah.
Like Batista.
Josh Brolin, the other guy as well. The guy's part of the tribe, the religious guy. He's bare praying and all.
Yeah. What's his name again?
Bro, do you know what I was gonna say? I was gonna say fucking Javier Mendez, but he's the coach at AT2. Or AKA.
Oh my god. That's Stilgar, innit?
Yeah.
Javier Bardem.
Javier, see, I did Javier, bro. I didn't know. I was close.
Florence Pugh as well.
Yep.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Yep.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, Christopher Walken as well, yeah. Great cast. So, does his thing.
No, terrific cast, and they used all them actors to their strengths.
Yeah. Whereas you look at that cast and you compare it to the Rebel Moon cast, and you couldn't even do that with the Rebel Moon cast because there's nobody in there's that good enough of an actor. Probably you got my man from Sons of Anarchy and that black brother. The rest of them aren't even good enough to pull off that style of acting that they do in Dune 2.
And I thought that Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
I didn't really take him seriously before this film, to be honest.
Yeah.
But this film showed me so much about him.
Yeah.
About how that he can be the main lead role of a film like this.
Yeah.
The main male lead role and kill it.
Yeah.
He is... I think he's probably nearing about 30 now, to be honest. I don't even think he's that young.
Yeah.
The guy's 28. But he's even that's very young for an actor, and he's one of the actors of the future. You know what I mean? He's definitely...
Well, deeper, he's 28. You know, if you start training now, you've still got 4 years.
Well, I could be screaming, that's not hope.
Facts. To your on-screen Marge. I think that's going to be the intro as well. That's not hope. And I want that gas, yes.
Yes. You need to want it, though.
Facts.
No, but this film was... I love this film. You know what I mean? I don't usually love films that have just come out, do you know what I mean? But this film, I saw it multiple times in cinema.
Yeah.
The score, the sound effects.
Yeah.
You know, even like so many great lines as well. Like, that's not hope, made that knife chip and shatter.
Yeah, facts.
And even like the way he like finds out that these I can't remember what they're called again, the bad guys. Yeah. When he finds out that he's like related to them and stuff. Yeah. Through drinking, and even the whole prophecy thing that the framing it like politics and religion. Yeah. And facts. All of that. It's really good, isn't it? Yeah. It really, you can pick a side, do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to agree with anyone that's doing what they're doing in the film. Because you see people, like, the bad guys in the film are like the communists. They're trying to plough the spice fields. Yeah. And they're taking everything. But then you got the people who are saying, like, the native people. Yeah. But then you're working with people who are helping them. But they have their own goals in mind as well. Like, Prates has his own goals in mind. That he's going to take over shit and run shit. Yeah. And probably do the same thing that they're doing. Yeah. But, yeah, no, it's really good. No, it is. There's films you walk out the cinema thinking, wow. Yeah. That was a religious experience.
Yeah. And you want to watch it again as well. Like, it's got rewatchability. Similar to Deadpool 3, to be fair. But Deadpool 3, because it's not an enriched story, that rewatchability kind of runs out pretty quickly.
It's essentially the jokes get less funny because you've heard them more times. Yeah. Yeah, but this one, it has the visuals. Yeah. It has the scenes where there's not even any talking going on, and you're just like, wow. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I see, you're talking about lines, obviously you got Batista saying, kill them all rats.
Yeah, rats.
Out of cold as well. Well, what did that Neek say to him? Like, I think you should get some rest, my lord. Man, just bangs him. Head against him. Well, what do you expect, bro? Imagine how you telling my man to get rest. Like, who do you think you are?
Yeah, especially when he's probably seen him knife up multiple guys already.
I've got to, yeah.
I mean, he deserved it then.
Yeah, facts.
It seems like in that culture there's just the alter beta males or the alter alpha males.
Yeah, facts. Killed them all, innit? Rats.
Rats as well. You love him in that film.
Nah, he's cold, bro.
It's the way he just got packed off, like.
Yeah, that was mad. But that's all it needs to be. Not everything needs to be some mad, like, fucking mad battle scene with like hella quick cuts. No, man gets ducked down and shanked up. Like,
shanked once. And
less is more. Less is more, G. So June 2 is gonna win Lonely Stoners Podcast Movie of the Year.
Clearly wins Movie of the Year.
Let's see what we got next. What have we got next? Series of the Year or Show of the Year.
Okay, so what were the nominees for this one? I think was.
I think you had a couple. I just put The Penguin.
Yeah, The Penguin, The Boys. Did you watch the most recent?
I didn't even. No, I didn't. I haven't still.
There's not really much talking about that. So let's talk about The Bear and The Penguin.
Yeah.
So let's start with. I think obviously we know what's going to win. So let's talk about The Bear first.
Okay, talk about The Bear first.
It was quite a different season.
The thing is, yeah, it was. It's the sort of season I like because it focuses a lot on the characters.
Yeah, definitely.
It doesn't really focus. Whereas a traditional season might have like a focus on one goal, like they want to accomplish something, or this is a problem they need to overcome. This is a season where they're really like almost consolidating a lot of like the built up relationships the audience has got with the series, with like the characters in the series. And you come out of season 3 thinking, well, what's next for a lot of these guys? Or I understand why this person's like that now. Like the episode with Tina, where they gave her like a backstory, is cold. It's cold.
Yeah, and that was my favourite episode of the season.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cold. Not many shows can pull off shit like that. Because not many, to be fair, not many even get that chance to get to that season 3. Like, a lot of shows just get cancelled because no one's watching them.
And again, nowadays, it's also a thing where that episode, I think, is set way before the first season, isn't it?
Yes.
When the place is still being run, where she's finding her job at their restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just when you know who she is and how long she's been there and the character that she's been throughout the show, and then you're seeing what she's had to go through beforehand, and the fact that she feels that she's not in a time where she feels valuable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really, it's another one of those sort of emotional episodes where you're really feeling for her. And it's just sort of her episode, isn't it?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
But yeah, no, I like that episode a lot. She's getting rejected from bare jobs.
And what else do they talk about in that season? Obviously, the chick, I forget what her name is, the black chick, basically the other main character.
Oh, yeah.
Sid. Is it Sid?
Yeah.
Obviously, she's getting a job offer from another place now, isn't it? So you're thinking, right, is she going to
guy,
go?
Like the Jew guy,
yeah.
Curly hair and that.
So, even stuff like that makes you want to see what's going to happen in the next season. So yeah, I think it was a different season.
It wasn't so focused on the restaurant side because the whole journey that the show's gone on in the first 2 seasons was them getting to the point they are now. They're basically running great business.
Yeah. But I like that they took the time in this season to do that though, because a lot of shows easily just get caught up in it and just going from thing to thing to thing, and you don't really
event to event sort of.
You don't really ever build that relationship with the characters.
Yeah,
you do, but it's just with the main character, and the side characters are just a bit annoying.
And it helps you understand the characters.
Yeah, exactly.
More as well, and why they do things within the story, not people just doing things for whatever reason it might be.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
definitely.
I really get why people are doing things.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously The Bear is a great. I think it's quite under. Obviously, it won a fair amount of awards.
It's critically very very well acclaimed.
But I don't feel like I don't hear so many people talking about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's that. Maybe it's not that popular in the UK.
Maybe.
There's a lot of awards they're winning. They're winning awards in America. I mean, but same was probably said back in when it was on in Succession, but
it's like Succession in the sense that you wouldn't be surprised if someone just slapped a hidden camera on the wall and these were actual interactions going on in these environments.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's them sort of performances, which I can really appreciate as well.
Definitely. But, and also, before we go on to the winner of the award, The Bear should get extra points for it being an original series as well.
Yeah, 100%. It should get
it's
extra
not
points.
Because you don't see that nowadays. Look at the 3 films that were nominated for Film of the Year. All 3 of them are based off something.
Yeah.
They're not on original works. Whereas The Bear, even the show that's going to win the award isn't an original thing. It's based off pre-existing characters. So The Bear definitely gets bonus points for that. But that being said, the winner has to be the Penguin.
Yeah, just obviously it being essentially a sequel content to the Batman.
Yeah.
Does give it a lot of advantages.
Yeah.
Especially within what we like, because we like the Batman a lot. And the Matt Reeves universe that has been set up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's another one of them shows where it doesn't feel like a comic book show or superhero universe show. Do you know what I mean? Like even if you compare the Penguin to any of the Disney Plus Marvel shows, it's just way different. This is a good show before being a comic book show.
100%.
They prioritise the show being a good fucking essentially like a mob drama.
Yeah.
Is essentially what this show is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I liked it a lot. The performances were amazing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's basically like a mob drama because it's none of the fantastical elements of a superhero movie show or anything. It's not even like the Penguin. It's not like he's got superpowers or anything.
No, and he doesn't. There's nothing like goofy that goes on in these sort of.
No.
And again, it's made by HBO as well.
Yeah.
HBO don't make bad stuff ever.
Nah.
HBO are good.
Yeah.
They know how to make a good fucking show.
They do, definitely.
And I also like the sort of anti-hero main character, because the Penguin is not a good guy in this show.
No.
He makes very questionable decisions, and you find things out about him that are going to make you like him less as a character.
Yeah, definitely.
You shouldn't like him.
No, exactly. And like you said, you know, we're returning to Matt Reeves, the Batman universe, and I liked that, you know, it's set basically not long after the film, because the city's been flooded. You've got to deal with the aftermath of that, you know. It's not just... I didn't imagine London gets flooded. That's not like a little thing. Like, it's a major event that's going to change the way the city runs and everything. And you see it with the Penguin, where in the underworld and the crime scene, that man's making his come up, and he's got shit in place, and he's trying to make moves as well. It's a really good show. I mean, like you said, it's a good show before being another installment in a superhero universe, which is what far too many of these shows get focused on, just being the next installment rather than making an actual good show.
We need this character, we need this item, we need this superhero, we need this represented.
Yeah.
Just make a good show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just make sure your show's good before you do anything else.
Yeah, which...
And that's clearly what they've done.
I mean, it sounds so basic, isn't it? Sounds so basic.
It would be so easy to just do that, but no.
Yeah, literally.
Let's make sure this group and this group's represented. Let's make sure we hire this many of this type of actor.
Exactly.
Let's make sure we do this, and this. Oh, and now we can focus if the writing is good or not.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's a latter sort of... Like, it doesn't matter as much to them.
No.
It's make sure we get this character in.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Whereas the Penguin, it doesn't force in any sort of big name characters into it.
No.
Not even any, I don't think.
Not at all, really.
Like, probably the other biggest name character in the show is his main, like, op, Sal, innit? Sal, what's his name? Sal, the guy that ends up dying.
Yeah.
You know the guy I'm talking about, that dies of a heart attack.
Yeah.
He's like probably the biggest name character in
Yeah.
the show.
I think
than the Penguin himself.
Obviously, they mention Falcone, but he's dead. By the time the show happens, he's dead. But obviously, he's mentioned. But
I guess he is in the show as well as like a prequel sort of.
Yeah, but really, basically what you're saying. Yeah, like you're saying. Yeah, and again, what a performance by Colin Farrell in that. Just insane. The amount, of makeup that man's put himself, makeup and prosthetics that he's put himself through to play that role. You got to commend it.
And it doesn't bother you as well. It doesn't bother me, the fact that he's in all that.
No, because the performance is that good.
And it does help the performance as well.
Of course.
Imagine just Colin Farrell trying to put on this performance.
Yeah, just limping around like it wouldn't work. No,
no way.
It wouldn't work. You'd have to... It's the only way for the character to work. You have to either, hire someone who looks like that, or they have to be willing to go through all that shit to become looking like that.
But Colin Farrell was such a good actor that he's just able to go through the prosthetics and pull it off. Because imagine if someone told you after the Batman came out, the Penguin, they're going to make a whole 8-episode show about him, 50 minutes, you're going to go, fucking hell, this is going to be serious.
Yeah.
But even like that, you kind of know what the Penguin is, but at the same time, there's so much to explore within this universe.
Exactly, because...
Within this setting, even.
Because he was introduced in Batman, but again, Batman did something so well with having a lot of characters, but he was able to follow it. It wasn't like Spider-Man 3 where you just had too many villains. But the Batman is like they're planting these seeds for different characters to potentially impact the universe down the line. So like the Penguin, he wasn't the main villain of the film. No. It was the Riddler, but they set that seed, so now they can have the series. The series, again, was great, and he's going to win this award. So now, when the Batman 2 comes out, we want to see it even more, because we want to see what happened. To be fair, what happened in the Penguin doesn't really affect the Batman, really.
No.
But we'll see what happens, because the Penguin was a great show, the Batman was a great film. So they're putting that universe in good stead, but it's not part of the DCU, which it couldn't be. But
no, it's just not. No,
it couldn't run, but you can't be having 2 live action Batman. They will, because that's what's going to have to happen, but you can't be having that. But
I mean,
that's what it's going to be now.
As long as sort of the Matt Reeves universe doesn't get interfered with, I don't care, to be honest, because that will be. But again, it's a good thing in this superhero comic book filmmaking thing can only go on for so long.
Yeah.
Because it's either going to get made into something way bigger than it should be.
Yeah.
Or it's just going to come dry because it's been overtaken by them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, so, the Penguin's going to win the Lonely Stoner podcast TV show of the year.
I got you, innit?
Yeah, that's great. No, I love that. I love that in the Batman. What else have we got here? Okay, well, I'm not going to do that one yet. I'm going to do Wrestler of the Year first. And for here, I've put Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk.
Yeah, it really could be sort of any of those guys, to be honest.
I think, logic would suggest we would have Cody Rhodes in here simply because he's just won probably the most amount of matches as anyone in WWE this year. But neither of us are really that keen on him.
I wouldn't say he's having a hotter year than any of those other guys, do you know what I mean?
No.
But he's involved in more stuff.
The thing is, he's probably the biggest star, though. Like, he's a bigger star than Gunther, bigger star than Drew McIntyre, maybe not a bigger star than CM Punk, but
yeah,
he's bigger star than them other two.
I guess when I'm thinking about the year someone's had, and you know, I'm thinking of those guys over Cody Rhodes, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, even wasn't it this year that he won the belt from Roman Reigns?
Yeah, WrestleMania. Even that match though was a great match. That was the one with The Rock, John Cena, Undertaker. A cold match, but he's not been nominated. So
yeah, and R2 might. I mean, you like him more than I do,
but even the reasons you don't like him now are the same reasons I don't really like him now. I like him now from what used to be.
But he's just a bit vanilla. Do you know? He's a bit dry.
I completely agree.
When I see this guy, I still see the Cody Rhodes of back in the day. Yeah, he might look a bit different, but do you know what I mean? I still see that Cody Rhodes.
I do hear it. I mean, he needs to turn heel, to be fair. Turn heel would help, but
it's due.
You can't be having everyone as a heel. It's a problem WWE's had before, where all your best characters were just heels, and then you should have no good baby faces. Cody Rhodes is probably the best babyface WWE have had since like John Cena.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Roman Reigns started popping off really as a heel when he became the tribal chief. So Cody Rhodes is probably the best face they've had since Cena.
I feel like it obviously you see a lot of it working where if someone's a heel, they get popular and they become a face, and because they're popular, it kind of doesn't matter what they are.
Yeah.
So you can have them as whatever you need them to.
Yes.
But then you have a guy like Cody Rhodes who has done heel work before.
Yeah.
But this recent run in WWE has been
all face.
All face.
Yeah.
So he's in a position now where you can have him do a heel turn for even for the novelty of it.
Yeah.
Where you just want to see what he's going to be like as a heel on this run in WWE.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I guess you could just keep him as a face holding the belt, but I feel like this is going to get dry eventually for people.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I would have liked to see Kevin Owens beat him at Saturday Night Main Event, but they don't do title changes on anything less than WrestleMania or SummerSlam now.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Owens is probably one of the only other title-worthy guys that he could lose to.
The thing is, obviously there's main event talent on Raw. There's not that much on SmackDown. That we've seen Cody v Roman Reigns for like 2 years now, so Roman's not really in the picture. Seth's on Raw, CM Punk's on Raw, Drew McIntyre's on Raw. Like I said, Kevin Owens is really the only other guy. And Kevin Owens is one of these guys that can do it all as well. Especially when he first came in, his character was good. He's still got a decent character. Obviously, he's put Randy Orton on the injured list. We did some power driver to him. Done the same thing to Cody Rhodes. Obviously, these men aren't actually injured. They're just living the gimmick, innit?
You got to, though.
Just taking them out on stretchers and sending them home in ambulances.
You got to live the gimmick.
So we'll see what happens with Kevin Owens, but yeah, I think doing this as a placeholder because I don't know what the plans are for Cody Rhodes going into WrestleMania. Maybe they'll do. Maybe The Rock will come back. I don't know.
Probably he comes around every WrestleMania pretty much, doesn't he?
So we'll see. But back to the nominees, I guess. So we've got Gunther, who once again is having a great year. He started the year as Intercontinental Champion, lost that, and then not long after that became World Heavyweight Champion. I think it's something like 87% of his WWE career he's held a championship.
It is really the best role for him as that heel champion.
Yeah.
That really is the way he does his best work.
Definitely. So, low-key, a shout. Obviously, you've got CM Punk, where WWE have really...
Was it this year he came back?
No, he came back end of last year. He came out of Survivor Series last year.
Oh, okay.
So, like, November 23, he came back. But one of these guys who WWE pretty much understand what they've got with CM Punk at this point in his career. He's not going to be on TV every week. He's not going to be wrestling every week, more importantly.
He's a big star.
He's a big star, and in the right circumstances, and he can still put on a great match. Like his match against Drew McIntyre in Hell in a Cell was a great match, and we don't have match of the year, but if we did, would be on that list.
Definitely. That was a great match.
But obviously the other guy of that rematch is also on the list in Drew McIntyre.
And a lot of the reason why both of them are on the list is because the work they've done with each other.
Yes,
you know
definitely.
I mean? Maybe it should even be more of a joint award for both of them.
And they could, to be fair, I wouldn't be mad if both of them got the award for rest of the year.
I mean, we could definitely do that, because even though Gunther's doing his thing...
Yeah.
You know,
in terms of character work, Gunther's done some great character work as well, but Punk and McIntyre's been different levels still.
They've been putting on great stories,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Great entertainment.
Yeah.
It really could be a joint award for both of them.
Yeah.
So it's more of a partnership what they're doing.
Yeah. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy to do...
So CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are going to win the Wrestler of the Year award.
Joint Wrestler of the Year. And then, last but not least... I mean, in a lot of ways least, to be fair. In a lot of ways least.
Yeah.
But we've got the most sorry as hell guy of the year award.
Sorry, soft as hell motherfucker of the year.
Generally cooked. Just having an awful year. Just done out here, embarrassing themselves.
Yeah, embarrassing.
It's an embarrassment to themselves and their families. I don't know how they look in themselves in the mirror, but we've got a couple nominees for this one. We've got your guy, former number 3 ranked light heavyweight, Anthony Smith.
Yep, Anthony Smith is on this list.
We've also got son of one of the GOATs in Bronny James.
Bronny James, yep, sorry as hell.
Drafted number 55 in the NBA draft, currently playing for the Lakers, but the South Bay Lakers in the G League.
Getting cooked when the NBA season started. And
lastly, we've got star of the Spider-Verse films, Shameik Moore.
Yeah,
who's
a lot of reasons why he's on this list.
I mean, especially in recent news. I guess we'll start with Anthony Smith. You know, a guy who's just generally cooked, just absolutely packed it in terms of his MMA career. He'll never accomplish anything in terms of world title hopes. He got close to it once.
How he ever got to fighting John Jones in the first place.
And the fact that, John Jones didn't really even finish him.
No.
But, so he was doing... You can't knock it. Like, he got to a decent level, but he got to that level, realised he doesn't have what it takes, and just packed it in. Like I said, he just packed it in. And we've said it on the podcast in previous episodes. Literally, anyone that faces Anthony Smith and puts up even a little bit of resistance has got a good chance of beating him.
Yeah. I mean, you put a couple of hands on him and he's just going to curl up into
a fold.
Power away.
Yeah.
I mean, TJ Dillashaw said this on Rampage's podcast.
He did.
Yeah. Basically said he's just sorry as hell. It's what we're saying about him.
And the thing is, a guy like Anthony Smith now, he's never going to become world champion. So you got to question, what are you in the sport? Are you in it just for money? Which, there's nothing wrong with it, but...
Especially when you have a certain amount of fights in the UFC, you get paid a certain amount of money.
You do, but...
He's been in title fights before. His contract is going to be not horrendous.
It's not going to be a bad contract, but deep these fights, he doesn't just, like, bounce away decision. He gets beaten up in these fights, bro. Like, he gets hands put on him. It's an expensive way to take brain damage.
He gets touched.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're in it just for money. is any amount of money really worth the amount of damage you're taking to your brain? I don't know. He should look at retiring. For me, he should look at retiring because he's never become world champion. But if you're going to be in it for money, at least try and fight a style where you're not taking too much damage, even if you're losing. But he's not doing that. He's not good enough to do that. Because once again, he is sorry as hell.
That sort of loss to Dominic Reyes and that sort of loss was exactly what we said it was going to be as well. We literally said he's just going to take a few shots, curl up into a ball, and lose. That's exactly what he did. He's sorry as hell. Even the stuff he says, trying to say he's on paper better than Pereira and John Jones and that, like, come on, bro, you can't just be saying this stuff and then fighting like you do.
Facts.
You know, throw something with power. You know what I mean?
Commit to something.
Slow ass punches, hoping someone's going to put their head into your guillotine. Come on, bro.
So I mean, there really isn't a guy who embodies sorry as hell Guy of the Year award more than Anthony Smith. That being said, doesn't necessarily mean he's going to win the award. We'll talk about Bronny next, where was definitely sorry as hell coming into the league. A guy who obviously has got the role because of his dad. He wasn't anything special in college. I think he averaged like 9 or 10 points a game in college. And you've got guys who are averaging 16, 17, 18 points a game in college that were going undrafted.
So the fact that he's basically a shitty little role player, bench warmer in college, and now he's coming to the NBA, getting drafted, and he probably shouldn't be getting drafted.
No, I mean,
and he's getting clock in the NBA.
Mad.
Got NBA points under his name.
Yeah. So he got drafted number 55. Look, like you said, there's got NBA minutes under his belt. To be fair, they've stopped playing him, rightfully so, because he's just not good enough. He's in the G League now. Started off pretty badly. From what I hear, he's not doing as bad. He's doing a bit better now. So maybe he's probably not going to win the award because he's starting recovering. And more importantly, he's staying out the headlines. That's a big part of it as well.
Yeah.
Like staying out the headlines, and because for this award, it's very much out of sight, out of mind. If we see you consistently taking L's, you're going to be on the list for this award.
But it's putting yourself out there to be violated.
Facts.
You can't be roastable.
And when it comes to putting yourself out there to be violated, no one comes to mind more than Shanique Moore.
Oh, this guy, man. I didn't really know too much. I mean, I'd seen the interviews of him being weird.
I seen the interviews with him with the team that plays Gwen.
Yeah.
And him just moving like a guy with 0 XP. All I can say, like, man's moving
just
like...
literally like embodying that Spider-Man. I just want to be closer to her.
It's so bad.
Like, brother, what is this? What is this?
It's just it's awful, but I mean,
let's not even without getting onto why he's recently been in the headlines. Even before that,
low key.
You know what I mean? That he's in the running for it.
Yeah, low key.
Because just the way he's moving around his women, it's like he's never.
But 0 XP. He's moving like he's got 0 XP.
And just the things he's saying, he's just simping, just straight up simping for the public. But now getting onto to why he's come out.
Yes.
To why, not why he's come out.
I mean, at this rate,
that would really get him double XP for this award.
Facts. That'd make him a lock.
But no, he's not come up. But why he's been in sort of the news recently.
Yeah. So why he's been in the news recently was there was a video that he posted with him and Liz from Spider-Man Homecoming, and it was like one of these edits where they had like romantic music over the back of it, and it's them two standing together. And Liz from Spider-Man Homecoming, I don't know the actress's real proper name, so she's just going to be Liz, innit? She's saying, like, take the video down, like, you're a weirdo. Like, I'm getting married. She's saying she's getting married, and, like, she thinks it's, like, disrespectful to her marriage to have them type of videos out, which I kind of respect. I mean, there's a lot of hoes out here that which wouldn't care. But she's out here, trying to, pattern her marriage and all that. She's saying, like, take the video down, like, and when she was making her video, the video still wasn't taken down, and that's when she called him a weirdo. Because, you just... And rightfully so, to be fair.
This guy just won't stop.
And then also, he responded to like a tweet of the chick who plays Gwen. She announced her marriage, and he replied to it saying like, there's still lots of people to meet and all that. He's just cooked, bro. He was like, lots more people to meet, lots of lessons to learn and all that. Like, just got 0 XP out of it, G.
And I think it can be seen why this guy's in the running for sorry as hell Guy of the Year.
Yeah. You can't be getting cooked like that, really and truly.
You just can't be you just can't be simping for a hoe like that.
Insane.
I mean,
Insane
you
to
gotta,
me.
bro, you gotta be like.
Like, bro, you're Spider-Man. Like, you're up. You should be up. You should be.
You gotta be like a pimp named Slipback from the Boondocks, bro.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
You gotta be telling these bitches, like, come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said earlier to me.
Yeah.
You know, he should just be chopping these OnlyFans bitches.
Oh.
Because, like, why is he just fiending so hard for his co-workers?
Yeah.
And, like, my man could just be shooting DMs to these OnlyFans girls and saying
they'd be on it.
Slide through, like,
Yeah.
and they'll be on it.
Because these chicks will do anything for clout.
And no one cares. No one would care if he did this.
But no one would care. But he thinks people would care, so he won't do it. And OnlyFans chicks would think people would care, so they would do it. But really, no one cares.
No, really, nobody cares.
Really, nobody cares.
There's bigger news to be made in head.
Exactly. Then my man.
But yeah,
out here
said he's
chopping
just
OnlyFans
getting
thing.
called a weirdo
Yeah.
by Liz from Spider-Man.
Just a very cooked guy, and rightfully so deserves to be the number one option, in my opinion, for Sorry as Hell Guy of the Year.
Yeah, I think Anthony Smith he's there, but at the end
Reality
of the day,
is-
he's getting beat up.
The reality is, Anthony Smith will be on this list next year as well. Because
Yeah.
if he doesn't retire and he carries on fighting, if he fights 2 or 3 more times next year, he'll be on this list again. So,
Yeah.
Anthony Smith, don't worry, the smoke's still coming for you, G.
Yeah, the thing is with what Shamik Moore done is very preventable.
Yes.
Extremely preventable.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
if Anthony Smith wants to be fighting in the UFC, he has to fight these guys, and
Yes.
if you're not good enough, you're not good enough. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? A lot of it is what it is, but
Yeah, like I said, like, he's fighting at the end of the day. He's putting himself out there. I mean, I think he should retire, but he's doing something in it. But
Shamik Moore is just being as sorry as hell for no reason.
for real, when he's just a guy with 0 XP, and like Seth in the 40-year-old virgin said, you know, the aim is to, by the point you get a girl you like, you have to be good at chopping.
And he's just a nervous guy.
Just sorry as hell. So
But yeah, I think he has to be
I think so.
the Lonely Stoners 2024 sorry as hell guy of the year.
I think I agree with that, and I think that solidifies it. I think that's all of the awards that I've. Yeah, that's all the awards I've got. How many did I do? How many did we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 awards.
Yeah, it's 8 awards there.
8 awards. 8 awards for 8 guys. 7 of them, cold awards.
Okay.
One award is an award you never want to get, but it happens. Shamik Moore, pattern up. Next year, there's still time for him to redeem himself. If he does what we say,
It's so sad that it has to be a fellow brother as well, isn't it?
bro, tell me about it, bro. Dr. Umar will not be impressed.
He needs to give him his, what do you call it, a guidebook.
A Snow Bunny Crisis Manual,
Snow
innit?
Bunny Crisis Manual for black men.
Bro, I need to get one of them, bro.
You need a Snow Bunny Crisis Manual. I'm making a Snow Bunny Crisis Manual
It's jokes
for black men.
because Bear repeats himself just over and over
Says
again.
it bare times.
Like, you got to do, because you got to go viral, innit? Just looks straight in the camera and
It's
says
definitely viral.
that. Snow Bunny Crisis Manual, no, that's valid. I do hear it, but what are you going to do?
I'm making a Snow Bunny Crisis Manual for black men.
Well, I was literally listening to that. I'm walking around Tesco's and I got my AirPods in and man just shouting in my ear, Snow Bunny Crisis. No, man, you gotta love Dr. Umar, man.
Also, there's a reason why these beautiful black queens aren't giving you their peach cobbler.
Oh, man. No, it's bad enough when he said to the guy, thanks for the 5, next time make it 10. I know you barely had that.
Yeah, literally. Oh, thank you, Sister Avanti. $10 coming in on the Cash App.
Oh, no,
Thank you
but
for the $10. I know you barely had that. Next time make it 20.
what is man taking donations for, though?
It's church, isn't it?
It's a school, isn't it, that he's making?
It's like either a church or something.
Yeah, he's trying to make...
Congregation or something like.
Congregation. What you know about congregations, man?
It's something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something like that. I think he's trying to make a school for black children. He's trying to make a school for black children, and like that's... But I think like on the internet it's like regarded as supposed to be like a scam, innit? Like he's just taking money for a school he's never going to build.
Probably is.
Yeah, it probably is, to be fair. But that's his cover story, isn't it? He's building a school. Sister Avante.
Coming in on the cash check.
No, but
$10.
he did say one of the only people he does listen to is NBA Youngboy.
Really?
Yeah, he said that.
You said that?
Yeah, he said that. He said, like, there's something about him, innit? He says he needs to re-Africanize him, but he likes his music.
He needs to re-Africanize him. Are you listening, Elliot?
Facts.
Are you listening, Elliot? Are you listening?
Oh, no, it's mad when guys are putting in, like, them sus comments to him. And he's reading them out, like, guys telling him to oil himself up.
You're zesty festy.
No, you gotta respect him, man. You gotta.
Calling guys a zesty festy and...
That's ridiculous. No, you gotta respect him more, though.
Just blocking guys and that.
Yeah, just immediately. Nah.
He better comes to England and that, though. Like, he goes...
Yeah, he did a show, yeah, but he wouldn't let you in, I don't think.
That's crazy.
If you bought a ticket. You could spend your hard-earned money with him. He probably wouldn't let you in.
Or if I went in blackface.
I mean, yeah, but he'd probably like, ask you a question, then, like, clock.
They'll just turn up in blackface.
Yeah, no, you could do it.
I'll just get a fake tan.
No, it'd be quite a mad fake tan. They're pretty dark, G.
After telling him I'm like mixed race or something, would he even let you in?
Like, bro, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be so sure. Like, you might not let me in. No, if you did that and then got braids, I think he'd let you in still.
Just have to spit in his face.
I wonder if he's got security in there, man. There.
Probably does. I feel like he's one of them type of guys.
Yeah. Doesn't want to get tested. IRL.
Like black brothers and sisters, isn't it?
Facts. But Shamik Moore deserves that award, so.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So 8 awards. First of many. That's the first ever award show we've done. We're going to keep going for a bit, but I don't know who's going to be on it next year. I mean, nobody knows yet. Next year hasn't even started, but we'll see where it goes. I think... Who knows, bro? Who knows? Because there'll be breakout stars that we didn't even think about this year that are going to go on and have crazy years next year. Going to go on a crazy run.
A guy I could see winning an award, maybe Peyton Talbot could win an award.
Yeah,
Actually,
maybe, yeah.
Come up, a guy like him, he's one of them up and comers.
Yeah. He's not ranked yet, is he?
Nah, I don't think so.
So, very much so. Very potentially could be. He's
Yeah,
at bantamweight, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, though, you know, guys that we don't even know about now,
Yeah.
that could be winning awards next year.
Yeah.
You know, but again, Anthony Smith, like you said, Anthony Smith probably will be a nominee next year as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, as hell guy, but yeah.
Yeah. Now imagine if he just goes on a run, innit? Just gets back up to rank number 3 and then beats Powhatan. No, that could never happen.
That would be absurd.
Nah. But
I have to be calling Anthony Smith the GOAT at that point.
yeah, just goes with a generational comeback. Just goes on puts like 6 wins together, 6 first round knockouts, and then beats Powhatan.
Because in like 18 months, he puts like together 6 wins.
Yeah.
And he gets a fight against Powhatan and then just knocks him out.
Then goes up to heavyweight, beat John Jones.
Yeah.
Jones v Smith too. Jesus. What final card of 2025? Jones v Smith too.
I'd love to see that. I really
Would you?
I really wouldn't actually. No.
Obviously we've had the Superman teaser trailer come out.
Oh yeah, we can definitely talk about that.
Which, when I first watched it, I really enjoyed it because it done what a teaser trailer is supposed to do. It's supposed to want to make you watch the film, but also want for the full trailer to come out as well. It shows you a lot without giving a great deal about what the film's going to be, which is what a teaser trailer should do, you know. We see Crypto the Superdog, which I rate, because it just shows like they're willing to go to that point where, because he's never been on screen before, I don't think, as a character. So I'm like, we haven't seen it before. James Gunn's the type of guy that can make it pretty good. I don't think Crypto's going to be like a major character, but you're seeing Green Lantern in there, Lex Luthor's of course in there. Hawk Girl's in there. Who else? Obviously Lois Lane.
Like Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, Mr. Terrific.
One of the guys like Mosmomorph or Mendomorph or something like that.
Yeah.
Something, that's his name or something like that.
Yeah, and they've cast a Supergirl, I think, but I don't think she was in the trailer. So she might not even be in the film, this new Supergirl. But we'll see. But what was your thoughts on the trailer?
Yeah, again, I for me it was, I did not like it. There were things I liked about it. There wasn't anything I specifically disliked about it. The only thing I'm worried about is, again, trying to introduce so many characters. I get they're trying to go into this universe with the sense of all of these characters already exist.
Yeah.
In this known sort of hero dynamic where I think the Justice League will probably already exist or will come together pretty quickly.
I mean, damn, he's got better than Justice League already in the film. I mean, guys like chicks like Hawk Girl aren't major parts, but you've got a Green Lantern in there.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that essentially it's just straight into it, like these animated films where the Justice League already exists and the relationships are already there. You're not trying to build it all up.
Yeah.
But again, trying to introduce so many characters, even if they're known by people who are watching the film from the comics and animated shows and TV shows and stuff like this, it's not easy to do that.
It's not easy to do, and I think the plan for the DCU Batman is to have him already be established as Batman and have Robin and Nightwing potentially already like kind of there from the start, which was a similar mistake that Zack Snyder had with Batman, where he gave us a Batman who was already well tenured and had a Robin, and that Robin had died. Yeah, we're already, it's like we're jumping in the middle to the end of the story.
Yeah.
Which isn't really how a story should be. But I guess they don't want to keep redoing all these origin stories. James Gunn's in a pretty difficult situation because he's been tasked to like basically reboot a franchise or reboot a whole universe actually.
And they don't want to be in a situation where they're having to make like 5, 6, 7 big budget solo blockbuster films before they get into this big Justice League films.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're doing quite a lot with these shows, animated shows, films, side projects and stuff, but it's nothing major.
No.
It's nothing big budget, huge.
No.
So they're trying to essentially get into it straight away.
Yeah, they are. Obviously they've released Creature Commandos as well for DCU. I haven't seen season 1 of that. I've heard that season 2's been greenlit, so that's going to be coming. But I haven't even seen season 1, so I can't even say if it's...
I'm waiting for it to come out, but I'm hearing from people that I know, I talk to that have watched it. Yeah. It's good, apparently.
Okay, I might have to check it out then. But yeah, I didn't know. I thought it'd all come out, but if it hasn't, then I'll probably wait till it all comes out as well.
But again, it's a thing where these characters are going to appear in live action and it's going to be the same actors playing them.
Which is good. It's good, I like that. It's how it should be, to be fair. If you're going to do that and have it all connected, then that's how you have to do it.
Yeah.
Unless you have it as a separate animated universe and a separate live action universe, which is how they had it before.
But yeah, they've been cast with the purpose of you're going to play this, potentially going to play this character in live action.
Yes, yeah.
Which is James Gunn seems to have a lot of stuff, handled.
Yeah, obviously Peacekeeper season 2. Peacemaker. Peacekeeper's the spliff, innit?
It's the spliff.
Peacemaker, season 2.
Got blood on your mind, innit?
Bro, I've got another spliff ready to go. But yeah, that's season 2 of that's coming out. I really enjoyed season 1.
Yeah, I like season 1.
Season 1 was a lot of fun. And the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, that's what got James Gunn the job at DC. He's done great jobs with them. So I'm excited to see what he's got in store. I think, obviously, he's not going to be directing all the DC projects. Like, there'd be no way for him to do that. Obviously...
He's doing Superman, isn't he?
He's doing Superman, yeah. He's written it and directed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's time to shine, really, because...
It is still.
We know that his works are good.
Yeah.
The Guardians films are very... I mean, even making Guardians 3 good in the time that came out as an MCU film.
Yeah.
Fair enough to him.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
I think what he makes will be enjoyable, consumable, and decently liked, and will make money.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that would be successful, and DC would
100%. DC haven't had a profitable movie in time.
I feel like he can offer stability.
Yeah.
To this, and the fact that we're going straight into this universe with things already set in motion.
Yeah.
Allows for more ideas, having made less projects, which is going to cost less money. Like with Marvel, I'm sure they would have loved to have kept all the original Avengers on and kept that core squad going even longer.
Yeah.
But the money they were paying those people.
Yes.
Absolutely absurd.
Yeah. No, it's true. And yeah, like you said, when it goes like that, when you hire someone like Chris Evans in 2010, 2011 to play Captain America,
maybe starting off you're not paying him a stupid amount of money, but by the time you get even to like Civil War and the other films that he's making cameos in, especially when you get to Infinity War, he's getting paid big bucks.
Yeah. And then DC, they haven't had a profitable film since. Black Adam.
Black Adam was profitable.
I think it was just about to be fair, I think Black Adam was like the second highest grossing DCEU film, second or third. I think it might be. Like, I can't be surely because I'm thinking.
Aquaman did good.
Aquaman did good. First Wonder Woman did good. Then what else? Man of Steel, Batman. Yeah, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman. So probably the fifth highest grossing film in the DCU, Black Adam. And that went nowhere.
Big Black Adam,
Yeah. Right. But the rest of them, they probably lost money on. They lost money on The Flash. Probably lost money on Aquaman 2. Probably lost money on Wonder Woman 2. But they definitely did. Lost money on all three of them. They lost money on the Suicide Squad as well. James Gunn film they lost money on, but because it came out during lockdown, and obviously they made it pre-lockdown, and then when it released to theatres, obviously no one's in theatres, so that lost money. But we'll see what he's got in store. I mean, like I said, he's done a great job with the Guardians trilogy, and obviously I really like the third film. So we'll see what he's got in store. I mean, he's a talented filmmaker. There's no doubt about that. But like you said, this is time to shine.
Yeah, he's been called up. Do you know what I mean? To have a big go at this, and
definitely.
I want it to be good because I want there to be more good stuff to watch.
Exactly, it's as simple as that. To be fair, they've got the Batman, the Caped Crusader. I don't know if that's part of the DCU.
What was that? An animated show?
The animated show,
no, that's not part of it.
And it's not even on HBO Max. I think it's on like Prime Video, I'm sure.
Yeah, that was its own thing, I'm pretty sure. But they still make that DC animated films and stuff like that, yeah.
I thought they stopped. I thought they made The Crisis of Infinite Earths Part 2, and that was the last one they were doing and for a while. But they have been, yeah, you're right, up until like this year they have been.
Yeah.
Because that came out this year, Crisis on the Infinite Earths, Part 2. I need to watch that. The thing is it's one of them films that I slap on at night and I'll just fall asleep to. I've done that to better DC animated films, to be fair.
Yeah, animated films is not a bad little thing to.
The DC ones, they're pretty good. Yeah, I've been getting into them, but the thing is, like I said, I put them on and I fall asleep. But not because the films are bad, just because I'm putting them on late at night. You know what I mean? It's that one, you know them ones.
Yeah, you just chuck it on.
They're not bad, but
just cosh out to it.
Anything I put on at like 11, 12 at night, like it's not really getting watched. It's just there for background noise while I sleep, innit?
No, you got to have that. You see, when it comes to sleep, that's the type of. I can't just turn all the lights off and just put your face in the pillow. Just black and quiet.
Facts. No, when the things come round, you have to put their faces in the pillows. But
just have to be waking up at 3 a.m. to MMA Guru just screaming in it.
Yeah, facts. Or just singing that song and just making them noises.
He's a special guy.
Oh my days, bro! When I first listened to that, I was nearly in tears, G. Because man's just dancing. Not dancing, he's just singing.
Yeah, he thought he muted his mic.
Yeah.
And he put something over his camera.
That's so jokes.
And then he just started singing some like Lord of the Rings theme or something.
Oh, what a guy, man. Nah,
So Mr. Frodo, the Eagles are coming.
No, Guru.
I'm just saying that.
No, Guru needs to come on the pod though.
Yeah, even though like it does nothing for him, but
No, there's nothing for him. But while he's still living in England, it wouldn't be a bad move. I mean, it would be because we've got, like I said, there's nothing for him. But he can just inhale our secondhand smoke, innit? Because he doesn't smoke. We'll just ras it and he can just breathe it in.
no, we'd make him smoke though. We'd make him smoke.
Just force him, innit?
And you and him can have a sparring session, innit?
That'd be jokes.
Yeah, no, you probably do him up though.
But who knows?
Apparently, he hasn't really trained like that.
What, straight boxing or what are we talking?
Just in general, I don't think he's trained too tough.
No, probably not, no. Because guys would be asking him in his chat, like, why don't you train MMA? Like, you've got knowledge for it. But obviously, man's shook of getting baited, innit? Like, and to be fair, when you're as big as him, I do hear it.
Yeah.
Unless
you're gonna see like if man was training in some gym, you're gonna see these videos, people recording him, like people saying, "Oh, that's that guy."
Even at first, if he'd be calm, but after a while, guys.
He could just have like a private trainer, but
he could. Which guys do, because you can hire like bro. A lot of these fighters do like private sessions because they're not getting paid that much. So if you find their Instagram, they might be offering private sessions. It'd be expensive, but Guru's up.
Yeah, he's up with these prize pick sponsorships and stuff like that, like, and his channel membership. Like, you can definitely, you could definitely do it.
Nice, he's definitely getting the bag, but we should be getting the bag from X, but.
Hey, just need 500 premium followers.
Yeah, bro, you guys need to follow us up, bro. You be liking my tweets, but you need to follow us, G. What, 3 million impressions? Like,
you could buy premium and then follow us.
Facts, because we're trying to get paid, bro. At the end of the day, we're making a podcast, we're having fun, we need to get paid, G.
You need to get paid off these X interactions.
Facts. What, 3 million impressions in, 2 months? Come on, man.
Nah, that's serious.
Well, like, 8.6k posts. That is ridiculous. 8.6k posts. Could you imagine?
That's what you call hard work, innit?
I definitely do. Definitely. Posting the occasional clip as well. Can't be spamming our page with our clips. Just to post them every now and again, innit? It's just, stuff we've talked
just
about.
Trickle them in every now and again, and promote the pod.
Yeah. Because you can't be having it just solely that. Like, it is still us running the accounts at the end of the day. Gotta have fun with it.
You gotta have fun with it, bro.
Yeah. And obviously, when I found out how much money we could have made, it gave us like a low estimate and a high estimate. And I think the high estimate was like 6 or 7k. Low estimate was like 3k. Obviously, I'm going to go with the low one because you never know, innit?
You want to, yeah.
Yeah. But if we're making 7k, 3.5 grand each, bro, I'm quitting the job quickly, bro.
Yeah.
Not first month, but if we had like 6 months of making 3.5k a month.
But think about it, if you knew that, this is my job pretty much.
Yeah.
Then you could just literally just sit there all day.
Literally, bro. Just become MMA guru, but for talking about other stuff.
For X.
Yeah.
Talking about people who are sorry as hell.
Yeah, facts. No, I definitely could. Definitely could. It'd be cold as well. No, by that point, we may as well at that point just be rising up the podcast every day because it's our job. We basically would be. Bro, the amount of clips we'd have, that'd be nuts still.
Just uploading so many shorts every day.
Yeah. I still got, as of now, like, I want to say like over 4 hours of content that hasn't even been clipped.
This is what we're doing for the fans.
Literally, bro. They can't say
for
that
you
work.
Fucking guys, man.
Gonna go to war for you guys, isn't it?
For you fucking guys. Gonna bleed for you guys.
Nah, one man at Dricus though, cooking it though. He said no one's talking about dogs, bro. Well, I didn't rate him, but I don't rate him at the same time.
You have to though.
Nah, I don't.
Based.
Yeah, I can rate his personality without rating his technique because there is no.
He's a cold fighter.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
He's not.
He's super cold.
No, he's not.
Bro finished. Whitaker and Adesanya.
Nah, but he's cooked though.
He's a champ.
He's a champ, but the worst.
The worst.
The worst champ.
Ever.
Modern era. At middleweight in the past.
I think we did speak about this before, yeah.
Did we talk? Yeah. Like, there's no denying it, in my opinion. But
well, he's not better than Chris Weidman.
No, not technically. No. Obviously, now if they fought, he'd cook him.
Well, if Prime Weidman and Prime Dricus fought.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the eye test, G.
What does that mean, though?
It means have you got decent technique when you throw your 1-2 or your hands
aesthetically pleasing? Like?
Yes. Can you, bro? Does it look like you actually train? Or
of course it looks like Dricus trains.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't look like he trains.
It doesn't. His body does, and physically.
So you think a guy who doesn't look like he trains?
He looks like
doing what he did to the guys he's doing it to.
No, okay. I'll ask you, if you saw a brother fighting like that, would you think like, right, he's been training for decades, like he's a survivor, he knows what he's doing when it comes to his MMA team?
I'll be honest, I would think he was like a wrestler that's just trying to punch someone up or something, like a professional wrestler.
That's not a good thing, bro. That's a violation. You're saying man looks like a pro wrestler. He's a champion, and you're trying to defend this guy.
The thing is,
he doesn't even look like a fighter.
There's so much more that goes into MMA than how
there is.
Like for example,
there is
a guy that I'm going to use like James Vick is very good technically.
Yes,
but bro, like just had no aura. Couldn't take a punch.
Yeah,
and just didn't have the other stuff that you need. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas Dricus essentially has all of the other stuff.
Yes.
But he's not that great. But that makes him a great fighter.
I'm not okay. I'm saying.
I guess if it's just one part of his game you're criticizing it. It makes sense. But like for example, a guy even like Marab isn't that technical.
But at least Marab
as well.
No, but at least Marab's like he can control. At least he's a good wrestler. At least he can control guys on the ground. He's not.
Yeah, Dricus can as well.
Yeah, but only because of his physicality. Because he's so much more wham than these guys at middleweight.
But even that's kind of the same with Marab because his cardio is just so much better than everyone else's in that weight class. Like he can shoot takedowns forever, and just stall you out and win the fight. But because he keeps shooting, you're defending, and before you know it, the whole fight's gone.
I wouldn't prefer that, but at least doing that takes some skill.
What is more technical, really?
That is more technical.
Nah.
It is. Bro, there is no one less technical than Dricus in the UFC, G. Especially at the top of their divisions. Especially in the past, 10 years? At middleweight, he's the worst champion in terms of technique. Easily in the past 10 years.
What does that mean, though, really? Do you know what I mean? What does that mean?
Bro, it means, like... It's the eye test, like... Do you look like you train, G? He doesn't look like he trains. He's effective, obviously. I can't take that away from him because he's beating guys. He's a world champion, but technically he's very poor.
Well, I said he doesn't look like he trains.
He doesn't. No one can convince me otherwise. I've seen guys that can train that technique are better than.
Well, this guy's going to become the GOAT just to spite you, you know.
Maybe. No, my luck, maybe.
What if he beats Hamza? What would you say then?
Bro, then I'd have to jump off podcast for a bit still. I couldn't show my face still. Because Hamza should dog walk Dricus, bro.
I said I have to take a break
from the podcast. Because there is... With Hamza, there is no defending that wrestling. It's not like he's doing a little jab, set up, shoot for takedown, you sprawl. No, man's running and launching himself at you. There's no defending that, G. And everyone he's got down, he's fucking them up. Dricus will probably be the biggest guy he's fought as well. Which obviously presents an issue. But man crushed Robert Whittaker's face, G.
I mean, what I'm thinking is if Hamza...
And they're both bad strikers. Hamza's probably better though.
If Hamza kind of struggled with the wrestling skill and physicality of Usman at middleweight, I don't think he's just necessarily going to deal with Dricus like that.
Usman... Was that in Saudi, that fight?
I think so, yeah.
Nah, really, Hamza should only be fighting in Saudi.
I mean, that fight is the one fight you can look at.
Yes, it is. It is.
I think it was short notice for Usman.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Hamzat was training. But obviously, it's a different opponent, but still.
At middleweight as well.
Mm.
Which is Hamzat's real weight class.
Yes, it is. But Usman's an elite wrestler, to be fair.
Yeah.
Dricus isn't, but he's a lot more physical.
Nah, low-key, he's an elite grappler.
Nah. He's not elite. Because he's so physical. He's so physical, and he's physically bigger than pretty much everyone at middleweight.
I know you saw that video of like them 5 guys trying to take him down at once. In his training camp.
Yeah, but a lot of guys. Yeah, but he's physically you can't deny that, and you can't deny he's effective at what he does, but technically he's bad.
I know, bad is crazy.
No, it's not. If I walked into the gym and saw him hitting pads the way he probably hits pads, bro, there's a video.
He's not technically worse than Chris Weidman. Nah.
No, bro, Chris Weidman has, in terms of striking, it's a simple game, but it is what it is. Dricus doesn't even have that, and Chris Weidman's probably in terms of accolade, probably better.
The way you're talking about the things he doesn't have, I'm thinking if he didn't have these things, there's no way he'd be competing at the level he does.
Because he's got these intangibles, I'm not saying you can be bad but effective, which is exactly what he is. If I walked in
and
to
who
the
else
gym,
is like that though?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Who's this bad? Bro, that's what I'm saying. When I say he's the worst, I really do mean it. Like, he's bad.
Doesn't that just make him an extra level special?
I mean, special. You could definitely call him special. There's no denying that.
Middleweight champion of the world.
Yeah, definitely special. Yeah, no, definitely special too. To be this bad and be this good is very special. No doubt.
To be this bad.
But to be this good, very special.
No, how are you just talking about a world champion like that?
Bro, like I was saying, if I saw him, if I walk into the gym and I see him hitting pads the way he fights, I'm thinking, this guy's shit. This guy's shit. Like, what are we doing here? There's a video of him missing pads. How can you be bro? How are you missing it with his coach? He's missing shots, bro. Trying to defend this guy.
No.
How are you missing shots?
The thing is though, like for me, it's a thing where I just think, it's so bad it's good.
That's almost the point I'm making, Joe. I'm not saying he's not effective. He's beating guys. Obviously, he's doing something that works. But you can't question. You can't be like, oh, technically he's brilliant. You can't be like, oh, I love watching. There's nothing better than like, watching him strike.
Watching him though.
But not because he's technically good. Because he's technically bad. That's what I'm saying. It's so bad, it's good. It's the point I'm making.
Well, I also do think I like him because he beat Whitaker. He kind of done Whitaker dirty.
Yeah, I mean.
So he's new. He's in my top 3 now.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure about top 3, but he definitely.
He's my guy.
Definitely let Adesanya know that no one's talking about dogs, bro. That was cold. I rate that, but like, come on now.
What was it Adesanya said?
He said, I didn't know I was the underdog. So no one's talking about dogs, bro.
I mean, it was like, what you say to him, it's like, I know where you're from, but I'm going to show you who you are.
Yeah.
And then Dricus is like, whatever that means.
For real, because what does it mean? Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it is he says. I know where you're from. I'm going to show you who you are.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Yeah, cooked.
You're frozen like Elsa.
Yeah, he's cooked. Great cooked guy, but...
You're going to make him crumble at the Twin Towers.
Yeah. What a guy.
No, he is funny, but for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, facts.
It's the shit he says and does.
Yeah. We were laughing at him. But,
Some guy, no guy, innit?
Yeah, facts. But, man, it's a shame. Shame he's going out the way he is, but...
Going out sad, bro.
He's had, I think this is like the first time he's going to fight on like a fight night in years.
I rate it though.
I mean, what else is he going to do?
Well, it's probably his first non-title fight since before he lost the belt.
Yeah, he's saying like he's had like 12 consecutive title fights.
Fucking hell. Fair enough, innit? He was at...
Oh, salute, innit?
He was at that high level for probably, what, like 5 years, 6 years? Like, he definitely one of the top middleweights of all time.
But,
I'll put him above Anderson Silva, for sure.
Okay, I mean, most people...
The main reason is because Anderson Silva beat bums.
Yeah.
Beat fucking bums.
Yeah.
Even the good guys that he beat, like Vitor, aren't even that amazing.
Nah.
Like, not as good as either of the Whittaker wins.
Nah. Facts.
I like that. Israel's one of those guys that I do not like him as a guy. Like, as a person, he's just a flower, man. He's just a flower, like, you know what I mean? He's just...
Bro, I don't know how, he's just...
a weird dog.
He's become just bare weird.
As a fighter, though, he's very good.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I think he's probably always like this, but obviously when he's not as well known, obviously you know less about him, but obviously now man's been in main events, press conferences, you just know man's a fucking weirdo.
He's a freak. He's a zesty festy.
Facts. So who's going to be on the thumbnail for this episode? What, Shamik Moore, Dr. Umar and Dricus?
Yeah. The Dricus, you just love talking about Dricus.
Nah, bro, he does some numbers, but
he's your favourite UFC fighter?
Far from it. It's like him and Bilal and Amari Batista.
Who is your favourite UFC fighter?
Pereira.
Yeah, no, Pereira's the man.
Yeah, it's Pereira. It's Pereira, then maybe someone like Prates still. But Pereira, yeah. What about you?
I mean, I do really like Whittaker, but like he's kind of fallen off now.
Yeah.
To be honest, like after losing to Hamzat, that's kind of it. Might be it for him still.
Maybe, I mean, to be fair, the loss to Hamzat, no one else is really going to do that to him.
Nah.
Like Hamzat's really the only guy that's going to do that to him, just take you down and just squash your face. Like, no one else in the division's really doing that, are they? Really. No, he's a cold guy though.
So I like Aspinall a lot.
Yeah.
I do like Aspinall.
Aspinall's it's an interesting one because I just got to see him past the first round. Because there's no way, the way he fights, he can do that for 3 rounds. He can do that. There's no way he can do that for 5 rounds. But heavyweights get gassed in like a minute. So, but I do want to see Aspinall 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. Because he's like 250 and he's all of 250. He's not a small guy. So all that, in and out.
I think his longest UFC fight was against Arlovsky. I think he finished in like a minute into the 2nd round.
Yeah. It goes to show though, if you've got, good striking and you're a good athlete, even for a round, you can have success in the heavyweight division.
I think even if he sort of trains a lot and has good cardio and train in a fight, I think if he gets to the late 3rd round, he's gonna start feeding it.
Definitely. There's no way you can be that size, fight that style, and not be like that.
I don't know. He's such a unique heavyweight. It really wouldn't surprise me if he could go maybe not 5 rounds. The pace he fights at as well.
Yeah,
but it wouldn't surprise me if it takes him a while to get tired.
I don't know. I want to see though. We don't know, innit? That's the thing. We don't know, but I'd want to see because it's hard. It's hard.
Well, I would say that's probably less of a criticism or more.
It's not a criticism.
A nitpick, really.
Definitely, because at the end of the day, he's not had to.
He has the shortest average fight time in UFC history.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's defended his title.
Yeah, exactly. And he's
beaten like 6 or 7 of the top 10 heavyweights.
He's a bit like Pantoja, where he pretty much ran through the division before winning the title.
Yeah, exactly.
And then won the title, and now he's rematching guys he's already won, beaten.
Really, the only guy for him to fight is Gane.
Yeah.
And I think that he'll destroy Gane. Especially after the way he fought against Volkov. Gane will get destroyed.
Yeah.
Either via the grappling or the striking.
Yeah.
And that will be a quick fight, I think.
Yeah.
Probably get submitted in a round or 2.
Yeah. Because what? Gane got submitted in round 2 by Jones?
1.
Right, yeah. Damn, yeah, he folded. He's softer than a biscuit, innit?
I think they stood for about a minute and a half.
Yeah, John Jones is not doing much standing up at heavyweight. Which, I hear it. Man's got far too high IQ. Yeah. Man's got far too high IQ to be standing with guys at heavyweight.
Yeah, of course. Because he knows that the way he's probably going to lose is getting caught at heavyweight.
Yeah.
By someone. Even Stipe could catch him.
Yeah.
And put his lights out.
It's true.
As good as a chin as John Jones has. And you know what? It's not even so much his chin, it's just the way he takes shots has always been really good.
Yes.
Always moving away.
Yeah.
Always turning his head.
Yeah.
Never land. Stuff doesn't ever land clean on John Jones. And obviously with his reach and height, he's always able to
but
just be at the end of them.
I mean, to be fair, even at heavyweight, he's still got a long reach.
Still one of the longest reaches in the division.
Yeah. And that heavyweight, the guys, to be fair, in terms of dimensions of guys, there's probably not a great deal of difference between heavyweight and heavyweight. It's just body build is probably the main difference.
Yeah,
because guys like Dominic Reyes could go up to heavyweight and have joy probably. Gustafsson probably could. Gustafsson wasn't that big, but do you know what I mean? Gustafsson was very competitive in the first fight, but the good thing about John Jones is obviously because he's high IQ. The second time round, he just cooked him.
Yeah, absolutely cooked him.
Which would happen if he fought Dominic Reyes again. He would destroy Dominic Reyes in the second fight. Because if you deep it, the same thing that happened in the first Gustafsson fight basically happened in the first Reyes fight, where you're against a tall guy who's boxing heavy and can put his hands together quite quickly. You're going to cause him trouble. But second time round, he cooked Gustafsson. And if he was to face Dominic Reyes, he would do the same thing.
Well, especially now as well, with
the
way they've both gone, definitely beat him.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, like you said, with the light heavyweights and heavyweights, a lot of it is probably just the body dimensions between them. Because a lot of these heavyweights, most of these heavyweights, are just fat guys. They have a lot of fat that they could lose.
Yeah.
And a lot of these light heavyweights, like there's a guy called Kennedy Nzechukwu, he fought at light heavyweight and he really struggled.
Yeah.
And he's really big and with a really long reach. And he's moved up to heavyweight and he's got a couple knockout wins this year.
Fair enough.
So it kind of a lot of these light heavyweights that go up to heavyweight, they have a lot of joy.
Yeah.
Because they're fighting more technical fighters. They're going up to heavyweight and fighting actual bums.
Yeah, exactly.
Actual guys that don't deserve to have UFC fights under their name.
For real. But I mean, these guys, they get into heavyweight. They probably have 4 or 5 wins in the regional scene, get the call to UFC, and then now they're UFC heavyweight.
Yeah, that's what it is. The UFC heavyweight division. Be honest, if you really wanted to, you could probably get there.
That's what I'm saying. I probably could, to be fair. I could probably get to UFC heavyweight division, and then once I'm there, just be like a 3-3 guy.
Just avoid all of the Brazilians, all the grapplers, all the jiu-jitsu nerds.
Yeah.
Just avoid them. Just fight these fat guys who swing haymakers.
Yeah.
Just get bare quick knockouts.
Yeah.
Again, just avoid the grapplers. Just quickly get 2-0 or 3-0 in the regional scene. Get to maybe a Cage Warriors or slightly better promotion.
Yeah.
Have a couple of fights there, maybe win their regional championship.
Yeah, then
you're 6-0.
Off to the contender series, isn't it?
Yeah, contender series. Probably put on a nice performance.
Yeah, then 8-0. You're in the UFC, G.
Yeah, you've got to be one of the hottest prospects at heavyweight.
See? Just
like
that.
Fought a bunch of bums. Because you don't really want to fight the Vadooms who are just gonna, as soon as they get hold of you, they're just gonna tap you out.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I'm not doing all that.
You just gotta avoid these. Yeah, and if you get offered Jelton Almeida, I'll just say no. I'm not fighting him.
Yeah,
Curtis Blades, I'm not fighting him.
Bro, Curtis Blades. If I'm getting a bag to fight these guys, I would fight them. But as an upcoming prospect, unlike my first UFC contract, it's not happening.
No.
But maybe once they're paying me 6 figures a fight, then I take these fights.
But they'll put you up against the Justin Taffers and these men that are just fat dons.
I'm just trying to main event UFC London against Marcin Tybura. That's really what I want at the end of the day.
Well, I'll be honest, if you really, if you said this is what I'm doing, you probably would become a UFC heavyweight.
Yeah, I don't think it's that hard, G.
Because think about it, look at the guys that are there. Do you think that they're really better than you?
Bro, if I honed in on my striking, the thing is, these are big donnies.
Yeah.
So if I get hit by them, it's nuts. It's getting a bit men's. If one of these brothers, what are they my height, even taller, 6'2", 6'3", 240, swinging a leg kick at my body, yeah, that's
so you have to bulk up, innit?
Yeah, but I get on the juice, for sure. I'll take a few needles.
You got to.
Yeah.
People are doing it.
Of course, bro. And then once I get to the UFC, what I'll do is I'll get paid from them, and then me and you will train, but we'll move out to like Saudi, innit? So then we won't get drug tested, and then we'll just fight at Saudi cards.
Yeah, just only fight on Saudi cards.
Yeah.
Only fight people who aren't grapplers. Just have best selected matchups.
The thing is, with the UFC, a lot of these brothers are like, yeah, I'll fight anyone. But if I just like methodically went through and said, I want to fight this guy, I want to fight this guy, it would probably happen because UFC would offer these fights to these guys. They would accept it, and then there you go.
And you just beat them.
Yeah. See, Kevin Lee in this fight, he's our age, G.
Yeah, that's insane. Younger than me.
And look at us and look at him. And that man's in the GFL, cooked.
GFL was just cooked in general.
Yeah, have you seen like the layout for it?
No.
Basically, they're trying to do like a... I think they're trying to do like a draft, right? Where there's going to be like a number of teams, 4 fighters per team, and they get drafted to a team. And I think the eventual goal was to like franchise it and then like sell individual teams in the GFL.
Jesus Christ.
It's a mad...
They're trying to be like F1 or something. Like.
That's what it sounds like. They're trying to do something. It's different, but different's not always good.
Yeah, that's...
Different for the sake of being different, it's not always good. But
fighting, doing something like that, it's weird as fuck.
Like even with the PFL doing their tournaments, like having the tournament over such a long period of time, it kind of takes the momentum out of it. If it's like a one-night tournament, then you'll do something crazy. But MMA, it's hard to have one-night tournaments because...
Yeah, you can't really do this.
It's hard.
Kind of a...
Especially the way shit is nowadays. Yeah, especially the way shit is nowadays with commissions and all that. You can't really do it. But back in the day, you could have like the first round of a tournament on the prelims, then have like the semi... Oh no, it would just be like a 4-man tournament. First round on the prelims, have a guy come in as like a reserve, and then if 2 guys get through the fights relatively okay, they fight in the final. Heavyweight Grand Prix, innit?
And I like those because you're going to come out with someone on a nice run.
I mean, Bellator used to do that. They did that a couple times, but by the end, they were just doing like long tournaments like PFL, where it's like 8-man, but like over months and months and months.
It'll be like regular. They'll get booked like a regular fight. Months in between each other.
Yeah, and you'd have guys like fucking Chael Sonnen in a heavyweight Grand Prix.
That's just sad, man.
For like he's like 42, 43 fighting a heavyweight Grand Prix. But I was talking in my Seth solo side quest. I talked about how like poetic it was that Chael walked out Kobe because like both of them were like bottle jobs.
Literally, just don't perform in the biggest fights.
Yeah, literally. So it's mad that like he walked out with Kobe.
Actually, Kobe doesn't even have like a camp, does he?
No.
He doesn't even have like trainers.
Oh, yeah. That's what happens, isn't it, when you're a dick?
He had like Hulk Hogan in his corner. Like,
right.
Hulk Hogan and Chael Sonnen.
That's nuts.
I think Chael Sonnen was like his head cornerman or something.
Well,
he's not an MMA coach.
No.
And even if you were to get a former fighter to corner you, Chael, really.
Exactly, of all guys.
It's fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
They're from the same ends, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not
Oregon,
that that should mean anything, but I guess it does.
They like each other, innit?
Yeah.
So who's going to be on this thumbnail? It's going to be Dricus.
What can we say? Dricus, Shamik Moore, and Dr. Umar, did I say?
Dr. Umar.
Because we had
Snow Bunny crisis manual for black men.
Facts. We had on one of them we had Anthony Smith, Dave Blunt, and Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. Of all guys.
I do like it though.
Yeah. Rate the thumbnails. A good thumbnail. Basically, they serve their purpose.
They do what they need to do. They tell the story.
Facts.
I mean, they encapsulate the story.
Facts.
Well, should we cap it there then?
Yeah, we can do. How long will we be going for, man? How long will we be going for? 2 hours 14. So decent period.
The awards.
Done the awards. Talked about some DC films. Yeah, I mean the headline. It was the awards. It was the 8 awards.
The award was the main thing for us.
I think we got it right for the most part. And to be fair, even if we didn't, there are awards in it. So what can anyone really say to us? We make the rules, innit? Fuck them.
This is our show, bitch. Like,
facts.
Fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
do what you want.
Bruh, Kevin Each got his shit spun.
There was watching some random UFC Fight Pass live thing.
Now, shout out to Fight Pass, though, for doing that 90% off for this month.
Yeah, man, I paid less than £1 to
Yeah.
get it for the month. Kevin Lee getting finished by some nobody.
I wonder if it was only 90% off for this month, innit?
Yeah.
But if they did 90% off for like a yearly deal, I probably would have done it still.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah. Or like a couple quid for like the entire year of Fight Pass, that'd be cold. There's better regional MMA on there as well that I'll be watching.
They've got loads of stuff on there.
Yeah.
Kickboxing, grappling, a lot.
No, it's cold. UFC have done their thing with Fight Pass still.
Especially like as time goes on, it just the library stacks up even more.
But they don't. Do they do Fight Pass cards anymore?
Nah. They have Fight Pass prelims.
Yeah. But they used to have like UFC on Fight Pass, bro. Those are the days, bro.
Probably like these type of days.
Yeah, facts.
Early Reebok days.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have like FS1 cards and Fight Pass cards. I remember.
This card was probably like a full Fight Pass card.
No, you just said UFC on FS1.
Oh, is this a pay per view?
No, it's FS1. There was difference. So remember they had UFC on Fox Sports from 1. Remember for a period.
Yeah.
At the start, these were treated like near enough pay-per-views because for the first card,
they had Demetrius Johnson on it,
and they had Rafael dos Anjos on it as well.
Yeah, against Eddie Alvarez.
For the lightweight title. Yeah.
Yeah, fully.
Never happened now, but game is game, isn't it?
Yeah. What episode is this? Episode 10.
10, G.
Double
10
digits.
episodes in, so. Episode 10 of the Lonely Stoners podcast. We did 2 episodes of Seth's solo side quest, but 10 weeks of this. We're just over 2 months in. 2 months in. What's the channel views on YouTube? It's like 6.8k, and then like 3 million impressions on X. We're now on like 80 followers on X, but people will unfollow us because that's what happens after.
Progress though.
Facts, bro. Considering you started off with 0, guys can't hate. I mean, they will, but game is game, isn't it?
Yeah. Like we said before, fuck them.
That's it, bro.
It's our shit.
Just out here rassing it and talking shit. I mean, no one else is doing it like this, bro. They try to, but no, like we say, like no other podcast in the world will talk about bud, broth, basketball, MMA, boxing.
We've got something for everyone.
Facts, movies.
I think today's like the first day we didn't really talk about broth.
Facts. It's the first time in a while, and we should keep it that way.
Though.
It is a good thing. I'm proud. We should keep it that way.
There's been enough. The fact that there are events going on weekly, broth-wise, for us to talk about.
Yeah.
And now that there actually isn't anything.
There's progress being made, isn't it?
There isn't any weekly report.
Facts.
Weekly broth report. Do you know what I mean?
Jesus.
We can actually just hold our heads up higher.
For once.
Not high, but higher.
Facts. For once.
But we're still scum at the end of the day. But...
We still need the Snow Bunny Crisis manual.
It's for black men. Don't forget that part.
Yeah, facts. No, Umar's the GOAT, but yeah, that's been it from the Lonely Stoners podcast. We did the awards, episode 10, double digits. Gonna be here for a while, and here for the next 10 as well, and 10 after that, and 10 after that, and who knows what we've got in store for the next 10 episodes. Maybe episode 20 we'll do something even crazier. But we'll have to wait and see. But
yeah.
I've been Seth.
I've been Evan, you know what it is.
So Lonely Stoners podcast, and we're out.
Sweet one.